Why aren't you listening to me? Doesn't anybody ever listen to me? Listen to me? Listen to me? Listen to me? Blame yourselves for this fucking word salad that I just spit all over the goddamn plate. This is all your fault. You and I like me. That's it. I work under the cover of darkness because I don't need the rest of society to look in my eyes and know that is a bad person. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. You know what, folks? I hit the fucking ground running. We were just doing a sound check, and then literally she flipped a switch and pointed at me, and boom, here we go. And by she, of course, I mean Lily Von Stupp, who is the producer of the most successful and longest-running burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles. That's right, the history of Los Angeles. Take that, flappers. Fuck you, 1920. You want to argue with me? Get in your fucking time machine and show up, and I'll punch you right in your goddamn long watch fob. All right. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling out 1920. Fucking step up. Step right up and try to sell me an apple and a pencil, and I will kick you right in your fucking cardboard box. Not happening, haircut. You and your fucking hat wearing a suit to a ball game. What the fuck? Wear some shorts, goddammit. Wearing a goddamn suit to a ball game. Who do you think you are? What are you showing respect to Babe Ruth? Fuck that guy. He's a fat guy with hot dog stains on his Yankee uniform, and you're wearing your fucking suit into Yankee Stadium, what, and tipping your hat whenever he hits a fucking bomb? Tony Lazzari doesn't care what you look like? Tony Lazzari, that's like the worst era. Tony Lazzari is like from the 60s. I don't know. I'm just naming Yankees at this point. They were, you know what? Because they've been so successful and they've been around for so long. They've retired so many uniform numbers. They blend together. You just think of the Yankees as this mass entity. It's almost like a transformer or like a, where they all gather together in one big Yankee and then they fucking hit a home run and point and fucking tell you where it was going to go. God damn it. And then Charlie Root sobs in the Gloman. This is a lot of baseball talk. Charlie Root was a guy for the Cubs and the homer in the Gloman, and no one fucking cares. Look it up. I'm going to call this show Google It, folks. That's what this episode's called, because I'm going to make every obscure fucking horrible baseball reference, and you're going to go, who the fuck is Bake McBride? And I'm going to go, that's right, right fielder 1980 Phillies. He was no Greg Luzinski or certainly no Lonnie Skeet Smith. I'm just going to bring up obscure Phillies. That's right. I'm just going to yell obscure Phillies into my fucking tweakedaudio.com/40 microphone. That's right, folks. I bought a microphone from them. No, I didn't. I have tweakedaudio.com/40 earbuds, and right now I'm getting a lot of static in my head. That's not working. Is this connection okay? I think it's working. All right, I have a connection. Folks, this new setup is I like it, and you seem to like it. Feedback has been universally good. I don't know about universally. That seems ridiculous. Yeah, because I get, oh my God, folks, you wouldn't believe the amount of email I receive. It's like Santa. When you receive those Christmas shows and they show Santa and he gets buried in letters, that's what I get an email. It's just a huge sack of email drops right on my balls, and I'm like, oh, my sack crushed by a sack. Why do you groan? There's no reason to groan there. I heard a song that said you wouldn't get grossed out anytime I mentioned my cock. I thought that was the song. All right. Hi, folks. How are you? I'm fat. It can't be denied. I'm sitting here now. It's 85 degrees out there. Summer is here. And the time is right for Asians in hot skirts. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Summer. I was driving here today, and I had to take the Highland was fucking buggered, so I had to go around and go through Franklin and take a Cahuenga. And folks, I'm not going to tell you where Lily lives. But you know what? Stick your head out the window on a Wednesday evening or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and when you'll hear the laugh, and just follow it. Just follow the laugh and you'll wind up at Lily's house, and eventually you'll climb upstairs, or maybe you'll take the dumbwaiter elevator and try not to die. Holy fuck, what a death trap this building is. Guy getting high in the lobby on my way up. Like, I'm sure you smelled it when you opened the door. I mean, for some reason, I don't get, it's the most powerful, and look, here's the thing. I'm old, so I don't know what to call it anymore. I don't want to say pot, because that just sounds stupid. I don't want to say shake, because that would mean that this guy had bad quality stuff. Thai stick. I don't know what my mom called it. I don't know what my mom had.
Ganja.
I could go with ganja, but then what? Yeah, great. Yeah, I got dreads and a big knit hat. Dope. I don't want to say dope either, because he's smoking dope. Because dope should be more like heroin and stuff. I just touched your foot inadvertently. I don't want to say marijuana either, because then I'm a narc. Then I'm like, I should be wearing a fucking sweater vest with a goddamn pocket protector. Hey, fellas, do you know where I can procure some marijuana? Woink. Push my glasses up. Look at it. And I don't want to call it the Chronic either, then, because then what am I? Who am I, like Captain fucking 90s rap? All of a sudden I'm like, oh, dude, he's got the... Or I guess I could call it the Sticky Icky if I wanted to. I don't know. All I know is I'll call... You know what? How would I go with contraband? I'll call it the contraband. But sure enough, guy in the lobby, just sitting on that counter because there's a counter where people put shit that they don't want. And I've come in there before, and there's been like,
Our bell desk.
It's the counter where people put shit they don't want.
Our bell desk.
Okay, well then you ring the bell and go, please remove all of this stuff. It's grim. I mean, you'll walk in, like I said, there'll be old comic books and a box of limes, and I'm like, what? Where the fuck did a box of limes come from? Who the fuck is giving those away? Who's crazy enough to come in and go, oh, free fruit in this fucking devastatingly old, horrible, smelly building? Why don't I take it? Because you know what? It might not be limes. That could have been oranges that turned. Good for you grabbing it, though, off the fucking bell desk. But sure enough, you know what you could take home today? Guy getting high on contraband. Just sitting there leaning up and both feet up on the thing, and he's in sandals. Oh, dude, you know what? Fucking cover your feet. First of all, cover your feet if you're a grown man. All right, we can all agree on that. But if you're going to put your feet up on a table that people are going to use, Jesus fuck, wear a sock. One sock, two socks. Red sock, blue sock, anything. I don't understand your Ed McMahon function today. I mean, why do you feel the need? Yes, I went Dr. Seuss on everybody. They followed along, so did you. But you know what they did at home? They got a hearty chuckle out of it. They're like, because they heard a Dr. Seuss burst out of their tweakedaudio.com/40 earbuds, and they were like, wow, that was kind of funny. I saw where he was going with that. But you were like, oh, Slauson. Like you busted out the Ed McMahon. That's right. Hi-oh. All right. So there's a guy downstairs getting high, just sitting there with his sandaled feet up on the goddamn counter. And he just was filthy. He was a dirty guy. And it was skunk. It was skunk. You know what? I'll say that because it had that skunk weed smell. You know what I mean? But I don't even know if that's a strain. Because now it's, again, in the old days, that's what it was. It was like there was pot or there was shake or there was, whatever the fuck. Or you scraped all the resin out of your bong and tried to smoke that because it was, nobody could get high because there was I don't know if you know, there was a drought. I'm Tim Roth in Reservoir Dogs. All right. Nobody can get their hands on it. This guy's calling me. Max can do that, actually. He can do Tim Roth's voice from Reservoir Dogs when he's trying to talk. These guys keep calling me. They're my friends and everything, but I can't do it like Tim Roth trying. It's funny. He's an English guy who's doing an American accent, but then he's doing a weirder American accent in his thing to try to hide his anecdote. Funny. Oh, it's great. I love acting, folks. So... guy getting high downstairs, and then the smell permeates the entire building, which I guess is good because it's better than what normally. I mean, it's come on, be honest. You live in a mold spore. You do. It's okay. It's nice. You've made a nice place for yourself here within the mold spore, but the whole building itself is just kind of it's terrible. It's just awful. It looks like the kind of building that the Ghostbusters should come and visit and spray and just hope it dissolves. Like at the end of Ghostbusters 2, when that building is covered in the ectoplasm dome as they try to get Vigo. That's right. I run Ghostbusters 2. I don't even fuck around with Ghostbusters 1. I go right to Ghostbusters 2. That's another voice Mex will do. He'll do the guy from Ghostbusters 2. Why am I dripping with goo? I can't remember that guy's name. Peter McNichol, I think, was the actor. But he played a guy. He's a museum curator who then becomes a Renfield for a painting. And then the Ghostbusters have to fill the Statue of Liberty with ectoplasm and then fight up somebody with the actual Statue of Liberty. It's just horrible. Horrible. I think Bill Murray watches Garfield and just goes, God, thank God I'm not in the Statue of Liberty with this cat. Just awful. And you know what? It's sort of funny. Because again, how can you not be funny with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis hanging around? He's good or that's good? I don't remember it being that good. But I think Megs actually likes it. Why am I calling him? Well, let's just call him. Let's interview him about all the things that he might know. Hey, David, how did you feel about this? Although I was talking to him on the phone, and it's summer, so my godson is David's son, and my niece, I basically treat her like my niece, his daughter, his kids, are out for the summer, and they're getting older, so they have a nanny this summer for the first time, because they used to go, I guess, to like a school. I don't know how kids work. I don't know how it works. Kids would get out of school and then just sit in a box until someone came and picked them up. You know what it was? The kids would get out of school, they would sit in a box on the bell desk, and they would wait for someone to sweep them up and take them along with their limes. But now they have a nanny. So I'm talking to Mex on the phone. He's like, yeah, we had to hire a nanny. And he tells me that, we're talking about that. And then I go, is she hot? And I don't know. I guess that's out of line. Is that out of line to ask that? Because she's a kid. She's like, I guess she's a 20-year-old kid or something like that.
20's legal.
And yeah, but not really. I mean, because that's the thing. I'm 43. It's not. Let's put it this way. If I was rich, that's a valid question because then I got a shot with the 20-year-old nanny. But at 43-year-old fat guy with failure podcast and death building, no, I have no shot with the nanny. Not to mention wife. Hold on, I should insert that with longtime wife who I care for and love. That's top of the list, and then we go failure podcast and death building. But David didn't know how to answer it. I will tell you that David's been married so long, and he's got his kids and his jobs and his life, and I mean he's married to a woman from high school, his high school sweetheart, and so I say to him, "Is she hot?" And he's like, "I don't know." Because she's the friend of a daughter of another guy we went to school with. So he can't. He doesn't. He's like, I don't even look at that person like that. She's the nanny, and she's a good nanny so far. You know what I mean? But because I don't want to. I can't be that guy who tricks him into saying something that all of a sudden then everything falls apart. Yeah, she is hot. Hey, hold on, she's really hot. Hey, I got to give her a ride home. Hey, and then next thing you know, my godson is smoking dope in your building. I can't fuck this up. He's a good dad. I don't want to try to get him involved in having any sort of bad things happening. But it's awkward, man. It's just a weird thing. It's just weird. When I was dating Karen, did I tell this story on here? I was dating Karen for the first time, and I went over to her family's house for some family gathering, and she's got a couple of nieces and nephews and stuff, and I get along great with everybody. But I went to the house once. And the niece was there with a friend, one of the nieces. I can't say who, because there's like a billion of them. Okay, we were in Indiana at somebody's house or something. I forget. And it was a summer thing, and this niece comes in wearing a half shirt and shorts, and with a friend who's dressed certainly just as provocatively, if I can use that word, as a 43-year-old man talking about his fucking niece. But at the time we're not married. It's we've only been dating for like a year at that point. But it's still, I'm in the family, sort of, you can tell. And I'm not thinking that way anyway. I'm with the Karen, but it doesn't matter if you're not thinking that way, okay? It doesn't matter if you proclaim, oh yeah, I love her, and that's not a problem. It doesn't, like I said, it's like looking at art, okay? It's like, even if you're walking down the street with Jennifer Aniston, and you're perfectly happy with Jennifer Aniston, if Angelina Jolie comes by and says hello, you're gonna fucking take a look and have a conversation, right? Hold on, wait, that's actually a fucking horrible analogy. Forget I said that. Because he fucking left Jennifer Aniston and went with Angelina Jolie. That's terrible. That would never happen. All right, and they're the same age. That doesn't mean anything at all in this complete. This is the worst equation I've ever come up with. All right, hold on. If you're walking down the street and like say you're with King Kong, all right, you're gonna look when Godzilla stomps through town, right? Even though you're already with. Hold on. That's a worse fucking analogy. Jesus Christ. That's because I was gonna say you're with your monster, but if a different monster comes by, no, that's not. I didn't mean that. Look, the bottom line is I was in a bedroom. Like I'm in the bedroom at the house. It's just one of those summer picnics where everybody's around and eating and hanging out. And I'm sitting on a bed, and she comes in like a half shirt and shorts with her friend, and they're like, "Hey, Uncle Mike," and I'm like, "Hi." And I think they actually started jumping on the bed and had a pillow fight. I mean, it was like that. Although maybe that's where I went in my head. You know what I mean? Where they walked in like, "Hey, Uncle Mike," and then there's a beat, and it's like, "You know how cute we always thought you were." Bong, bong, fucking moving in stereo starts. I've done that on here too, right? Haven't I? Isn't that a fucking analogy? Look, folks, this is going to be me bringing up a lot of shit that I used to bring up in the past. So yeah, so I guess I don't want to ask him if the fucking nanny is hot because who the fuck knows? Nobody knows. You know who knows? 20-year-old people who go to college with the nanny. They should be able to look and say that person is hot. But the thing is, even as you're still a guy, you still got a cock. You know what I mean? And you're granted, even though young people still call me sir, because that's who I am now. I'm sir. I'm no consequence whatsoever. And again, if I was rich, it would be a different fucking story. If I was loaded with cash, then it'd be like, oh, hey, then they'd notice me. But until that point, then no, you're nobody knows. It's like I talked about Mark Wiener last week, but I mean that's part of it. I think you get to a certain age because I mean all these new pictures have come out. All right, and I still don't think he should fucking resign. I still think he should just, serve out his term, and then they can decide whether they want to vote him out or not. Because again, he didn't really. I hesitate to say he didn't do anything wrong. All right, he did something fucking horribly wrong for his marriage, but did he do something wrong for the country? I have no idea. But now, look, the only reason I'm on the fence now about the resignation thing. Once Gloria Allred gets involved, once your name is in Gloria Allred's mouth, nothing good can fucking happen from that. Because now she had a press conference today with the porn star, and then they declared that. And what was really funny, all right, when all of this shit hit the fan, all right, and people found the pictures and stuff, people found the porn star. She clammed up. Like she looked like the stand-up guy in the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like everybody else was coming forward and they're like, oh, and that one Melissa Broussard, she actually released pictures of herself sexting him, like the picture of her in the bra with the robe, and then she's like, I just want to be left alone. No, you don't. You gave ABC a picture of you in a fucking bra. You got to be shitting me. You want to be left alone. You wouldn't have got up this morning and done your eyelashes to have a fucking chat with the guy from ABC if you wanted to be fucking left alone. You would have not answered a goddamn phone call and you would have closed your fucking Facebook account. Jesus Christ, I want to be left alone. Fuck you, Garbo. Terrible. There are no Garbos. There are no more Garbos. I thought the fucking porn star was a Garbo. I want to be alone. Nope, fuck that. Gloria Allred marches to a thing and he told me to lie. And yes, we know he told you to lie. You're a porn star he was talking to on the internet. This is not a revelation. This is not surprising to anybody. Anybody who clucks their tongue goes, oh, I can't believe he told that woman to lie. What do you mean? He told her to lie? The only problem is, obviously, she didn't hear him because she had a cock in each ear. She's fucking getting railed by 9 dudes at once. And then she said, oh, hold on, I got to get this text from a congressman. Ha ha. I love the internet and phones. They have changed everything. And people are still saying no. And now he's thinking about resigning because apparently he talked to a 17-year-old too. They're saying he DM'd a 17-year-old, but he didn't send her any fucking pictures. But those pictures in the gym are classic. You know what? Those pictures, like I said last week, those pictures are of a man who sees it ending. Like he's got a wife and he's like, oh, because he used to be the Bachelor and he used to be all over the place. Well, now he's got a wife and he's like, oh, fuck, this is never going to happen anymore. So you know what? I'm going to shave my chest and take a picture of my dick. I mean, that's what he did. Because eventually we all reach that point. We all reach that fucking point. Every guy reaches that fucking point where you're invisible and you're like, fuck this, I got to get noticed by chicks again, right? I'm married. Because the same thing happens. It used to be that was the only thing, because it's a relatively new phenomenon for men. Because men have always just been considered about, men always think with their cock. Men always think with their cock and they go and have an affair and that's that. But women were the ones who lived this tortured, silent existence in their home, taking care of the children and living a life of fucking delusion as their husband went off and did whatever he was going to do until a delivery man showed up and made eyes at him and they went in the backyard and blew him by the fucking meter reader. Meter reader? What are those things called? A meter? The meter reader's the guy she's blowing. I don't fucking know. All I know, because I dated enough married chicks to know that was the deal. It was like their husbands were off doing whatever they're going to do, and these chicks had nothing to do except, you know what? Fuck a fat guy from the gym. That was it. Although I wasn't nearly as fat then. I was in shape and I could talk. Oh, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right, married ladies. But I've never had that problem with Karen. Like, I've never had that weird thing in my head where I'm like, oh, I wonder what she's doing. I wonder if she's doing anything like that. I'm like, no, that's never going to, it's not a possibility. And if it was, I would just be like, you know what? If Karen cheated on me and I never knew and then she dropped it on me, part of me would just have to go, good for you. I can't believe you slipped it past me this long. Holy fuck. I didn't realize every time you went out for cigarettes, you were going out for cigarettes. I mean, I didn't. But yeah, so I mean, I think now men are it used to be, like I said, men were powerful and they had affairs and everybody was just like, that's what they do. But now men, they get into the public eye and they get married and they get old and men are starting to have that midlife crisis and not everybody can afford a Porsche. So if you got to meet some 20-year-old on Facebook and send her fucking pictures of your dick just to get some love, you're like, oh yeah, why didn't I do that? Now look, I should say that I'm not saying that that's a good thing to do, and I'm not saying I do that either. I'm just saying that's what happens. I mean, it's going to keep happening as the technology increases. Wait till they invent virtual reality helmets. Holy fuck. Dennis Miller used to do a bit on that, where he goes, the second some fucking iron worker can sit in his house, I'm going to do the line. And this is not my line. This is Dennis Miller's line. The second some iron worker can sit in his house and have Claudia Schiffer blow him through a helmet is the day that makes crack look like Sanka. That's going to make crack look like Sanka. I chili dipped the line, but it doesn't matter. I delivered it better than any line that Dennis Miller delivers these days because holy fuck, I watched his HBO special and I just sobbed. I'm not going to lie. I sobbed. I actually Twittered. I said, I watched Dennis Miller's HBO special. It was like the scene in Superman 2 where Superman gives up his powers and gets beaten up by the trucker at the at the truck stop because they just see him. He used to be so fucking great. And now you see him pandering behind a podium with the seal, the presidential seal. And look, he was a hero. All right. He was the reason I started doing stand up. And I watched that new special and I cringed at it because I cringed. not just the fact that he sold out completely to the right and he's now pandering to that audience, which is fine. But I also cringed at the non-political stuff he tried to wedge in. You know what I mean? And look, we all get old. Everybody gets old and makes their fucking choices. Again, I'm 43. He's 57. When you get to be 57, he doesn't shave his chest and take a picture of his cock. He ran headlong into the arms of the enemy. And not even the enemy. The enemy, what was the enemy for him? Look, you believe what you want to believe. I don't fucking care. I'm not going to tell you how to think. I'm a fucking idiot comedy podcaster who talks in goddamn circles. So nobody cares that I fucking think Michelle Bachmann is crazy out of her fucking mind. I watched that debate this week. I watched the Republican debate. I actually did. I turned it on. I TiVoed it. That's how fucking bad it was. And I watched, I kind of flipped through it and stuff just to see it. If you're Mitt Romney, okay, and again, I recognize that people don't want to hear political talk. I don't care. It's just this. If you're Mitt Romney, don't you look around that stage and go, why the fuck is anybody else up here but me? There wasn't one person on that fucking stage who's in his stratosphere as a fucking candidate. I mean, as a good look. I mean, because he's, let's face it. Mitt Romney looks like the caricature you wish the person at the carnival had drawn of you. If you're a man and you sit down to be drawn, I wouldn't mind looking like Mitt Romney. I wouldn't mind riding the fucking tiny tricycle if I looked like Mitt Romney in the fucking picture. That huge jaw and the big fucking hair. And the thing is, look, I understand he's Mormon, and that scares the fuck out of everybody, because how can you believe in magic underpants and run this goddamn country? I get it. But everybody else, Obama believes in a magic guy who lives in the fucking sky and grants your every wish, or doesn't grant your every wish, or somehow solves the NBA Finals. What the fuck is up with that? LeBron lost the NBA Finals and he choked and whatever the fuck, and then he tweeted afterwards, God said it's not my time yet. No, I don't think so. I think God was busy killing people in Africa. He wasn't concerned with you at all. God was thinking about what hurricane to drop on us next for fucking everything up in this goddamn country. God was actually trying to find a mirror to convince himself that he actually existed. So, what? Come on.
The opinions expressed in this
These aren't even opinions. This is nothing. This is a guy talking in fucking circles and not knowing where to land. Terrible. Everybody believes in something stupid. All right, look, everybody believes in something stupid. Even these people who made up this fucking spaghetti monster. That's fucking ridiculous. You couldn't think of it and I understand on the face of it they were trying to think of something ridiculous, but it's even too ridiculous. Like the flying spaghetti monster is too ridiculous. You should have toned it down a little bit. You should have gone with like a beefaroni man or something like that. I mean, I could deal with that because he's at least shaped like a man. God is a man. He's got fucking crazy beard and sandals. He also wears sandals. Fuck God. What are you doing, man? Put some shoes on, Lord. Guys, get this. You're the Lord. Buy some fucking wingtips and cover your godly feet. I understand that they're holy and I'm supposed to kiss them, but I can't kiss them being walking around on clouds all day. Clouds are filthy. Acid rain. Cover your feet, goddammit. See, I take your name in vain to prove that point to you. This is what happens when you don't have a script, folks. You just talk and you know what you do? You blaspheme. That's the last refuge of a scoundrel: patriotism and blasphemy. Oh my God. How did I even get there? What was I talking about? I don't know.
Mitt Romney.
How does he fucking? All right, look. All that said, Mitt Romney he's clearly the guy. I mean, he has to be the guy there's people lurking on the periphery, but I'm saying of the people on the stage the other night, not one of them can touch him. No one of them can lay a fucking glove on him. And the best part about that, he's going to lose to Obama by like 9 points. Like he has no chance because again, he might get voted, but you know what he is? He's the Mormon John Kerry. People fucking hated John Kerry. He was such a fucking robot and ridiculous. And Mitt Romney's the same guy, except he's a little smoother. But he's a Mormon. And you just people can't get past that. And again, I don't give a fuck. Everybody believes in something dumb, but I love the people. People who they don't believe in abortion, but they believe in magic underpants. All right. Not that abortion is a mythical concept. Hold on a second. Nobody has to believe in abortion. Oh man, that's got to be the worst campaign pin in history. I believe in abortion. See, this is why you don't talk about politics, folks, because you wind up doing this. You get steamrolled into this fucking nonsense. You want to? I believe in abortion. Oh, sure. That's a new merch. I'll sell that. Merch. I got to talk about that. Remind me, I got to talk about merch. But fuck, I don't get it. I watched it the other day, and you see, I mean, Michelle Bachmann, and the worst part of it is, all right, any normal, rational person, even a Republican, all right, a Democrat, I don't care what you are, if you watch that debate, you came away horrified by what's to come in the next 18 months. I mean, if those are the choices, if you're a Republican, you're like, these are the, because you hate Obama. I mean, you gotta really, really hate Obama to talk yourself into one of those motherfuckers on that stage the other night. And they tried. I read all the coverage afterwards, and they're like, Michelle Bachmann came through. She was the big winner of the debate. I'm like, okay. Why? Because she didn't fucking wipe shit on the walls? Because she's that fucking crazy. And she seems like, honestly, stripping away beliefs, she seems like a good person. She had 5 kids. She parented like 23 kids and put them all into college. She helped inner city youth and stuff like that. But then again, at the same time, you know, missionaries go overseas and we think they're good persons, but all they're doing is they're just jamming the Bible into some malnourished kid's face. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, here's a bowl of gruel, but also while you eat it, I'm going to tell you about Corinthians 11. And why can't you just give them gruel? Why the fuck do you got to win them over to your side? So that's what I'm saying. It's like Michelle Bachmann. It's like is she doing that with those kids? I don't fucking know. 28 kids. Is she indoctrinated them? Because that's enough for a gang. She might have like the Bachman Crips or whatever the fuck she's got going. I have no idea. This is terrible. Awful. Why have I spiraled into this? Everybody seems nice, right? Everyone seems nice. Nobody seems nice. Everything seems terrible. Everything is fucking ruined. It's ruined, and it's just going to get more ruined. Doesn't matter who it is. That's that. I will say that though. It doesn't matter who gets in. It doesn't change. And I hate to be that guy who's like, oh man, you know what? Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Well, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of the way it is. I need to fucking stop talking about that. Stupid. No one cares. No one cares. People. I'm sure I'll get an email from people who are pissed off. Maybe some. I don't care. But that's the thing is people find, as I've said, I don't think anything is truly offensive. I don't. I think people find reasons to be offended. Tracy Morgan?
Yeah.
People find reasons to be offended. He's a comedian. I just think that's the bottom line. What he said was awful. If he was a congressman. But Tracy Morgan is an idiot. I mean, we all know that, right? I mean, every time you see him, he plays he plays a psychopath in 30 Rock. And the reason he got the role is because he's a psychopath. If you've ever seen any of his talk show appearances, you see him on 30 Rock, you see him on anything, he's nuts. He's insane. He's a crazy person who, because he's allowed to be funny, can go ahead and function in normal society. And look, I don't know him, so this all could be a crazy act. I have no idea. But on that note, if it is a crazy act, everyone has let him get away with this crazy act for 15 years. So why wouldn't he feel emboldened enough to say whatever the fuck he wanted to say on stage and go wherever the fuck he wanted to be? It's kind of like this show. You're not here to tell me no, so I'm just going to fucking talk in circles, and then eventually afterwards you're either going to like it or you don't like it, and you're going to send me a fucking note. That's fine. But I don't think censoring anybody makes sense, and I don't think anything's offensive. If you were offended what Tracy Morgan had to say, everybody's like, oh my God, he said he would stab his gay son to death. It's like, well, he doesn't have a gay son. And the only thing I can tell you this is Tracy Morgan is crazy enough to where I believe he might stab his gay son to death. I mean, he might. But saying he would if his son was gay is not the same thing as stabbing his gay son to death. You understand that, right? He's a fucking comedian. He wasn't in a church. He wasn't in a fucking on the floor of the Senate. I mean, he was. If Barack Obama comes out in his State of the Union speech and he starts talking about gay marriage, he says, "I'll tell you what. If one of my kids comes home gay, I'm going to stab him to death." Then there's an uproar. All right, I can understand people getting upset. Then you go ahead and. But I mean, look at what political candidates have said. They've said worse things and can actually affect change. They can actually. Anybody who vilifies Muslims and calls them all terrorists and, people yelling about mosques. And dude, I saw a guy on Fox News this week. He was talking about Obama had a guy from the Congo or whatever the fuck. I don't know, some guy from Africa into the White House. And this guy was like, what's with all the hoods in the hizzy, in the white hizzy? He said he's got these thugs like Common the Rapper and then this guy from Mobongo who's, killing his own people. Why the fuck is he here? And then, They throw it out for questions, and people, all these white people keep saying the white hizzy, and that's back to me saying marijuana and pot and all that shit. I don't want to be those idiots on Fox News going, what, the white hizzy and these hoods and the hizzy, kill yourselves. Fucking talk like a normal, you're on a news network, motherfucker. What are you trying to do? And just because the president is black doesn't mean you can call it the white hizzy. What the fuck is wrong with you? But then there was one black guy who's like, of course, the voice of reason, because they have to have a black guy there or else they're all, well, we're not racist. We had a black guy here to defend everything. So then the black guy goes off and he's trying to say, look, we need diplomatic relations with all these countries. We need to talk to these people. That's the whole point. You can't just shun countries because that's right. You can't just say, oh, fuck, I don't want to deal with Mabungo, because then once Mabungo acts up, you've got no fucking diplomatic way to reach out to those motherfuckers. They're like, hey, dude, you've snubbed us for long. What the fuck do you care what we do in Mabungo? By the way, I don't know if that's the name of the country. I have no idea. All right. Some African country. So he starts saying, they're like, what were they talking about in there? And they're trying to spin it and try to be funny. Well, this black guy tries to be the voice of reason. He's like, look, we have to have diplomatic relations with all these different countries. And they were in there. They were talking about, the hunger in Africa. They were talking about all these different things. And this announcer, this guy goes, how do you know what they were talking about? How do you know what they could have been talking about basketball. You have no idea. Oh, really? Basketball was your go-to, motherfucker? Why? Because you couldn't say welfare and chicken? Are you fucking shitting me? They could have been talking about basketball. And then when they come to him and people are like, don't you see the inherent racism in what you're saying? No, what are you talking about? I don't even know. And again, I'm not offended by it, but just own it. Just admit it that you're a fucking race-baiting asshole. That's who you are. And so get mad at that motherfucker. Don't get mad at Tracy Morgan. He's a fucking lunatic. The only person who should have been mad at all, should have been frightened, worried, scared, disappointed, and anticipatory about anything that Tracy Morgan said that night would be his son.
That's right.
Because if his son is even thinking at all about jumping the fence, he's got to realize he's going to be on the business end of a Ginsu at some point.
You're listening to the 40-Year-Old Boy, and later, the Jerk Off Journals. Two guys who celebrate Palm Sunday every day.
Dude, I'm kind of creeped out about this, but you ever accidentally go off in your own mouth?
What are you talking about?
Like last week, I was on the cot, the fold-up cot.
Yeah.
And right when I was about to go off, the cot folded up on me at the last second, and I got something right in my mouth.
Jesus.
You ever get it in your mouth?
Not accidentally. It's all in the wrist. The Jerk Off Journals on the Mike Schmidt Podcasting Network.
I should probably label these microphones.
I need a new hairstyle, I think. I've decided. I don't want to, but I think the summer is because I don't blow dry my hair and I don't put any gunk in it usually, unless it's a very special show. But so now my hair will go back and it looks fine, but then as it dries, it's curly, so it doesn't fall, it doesn't pin straight. I don't want to do that because then it's ridiculous. I mean, who puts junk in their hair to live their life? I mean, if I'm doing a show, maybe you put junk in your hair. Nah, fuck all that.
Every day people get up and put gunk in their hair.
Yeah, but then my hair's disgusting, and then it'll fall out. Yes, I don't know if you're aware of that. Moose makes your hair fall out. I've decided. I've drawn a line in the sand as far as hair products go because I know that they go. It's an insidious plot because all the Rogaine people are tied in. They actually, if you look on your Moose and all your gels at the bottom, it has Rogaine.com. Trust me. They are involved in getting your hair to fall out so then they can get you on the pill, the hair pill, or to plant a field of fucking rice in your hair with those fucking hair plugs. All right. But I don't think I'll ever need hair plugs, but that's the point. I mean, it's because I have good hair now, but that's all I have, being a fat guy. It's like I can't, if I lost my hair, then it's like, oh no, then I'm fat and bald. I mean, it's like, because I can even deal with gray, because I have gray. If I went gray, it'd be fine, as long as you got nice gray. But being fat and bald would be death. Oh, Jesus, that's awful.
But you have beautiful eyes and
it doesn't matter.
Somewhat succulent lips.
Wow, that's horrendous. That's an awful use of the word succulent. But yeah, so I can't. I gotta change my hair. I gotta change everything. I gotta change it all, and I am.
Gel.
I'm changing
All
it.
you need is gel.
No, I don't know. I don't know if that works. Because I like my hair because I look at it again. It's all in who looks at it, how they look at it. I liked it because it's right out of fucking whatchamacallit, Boardwalk Empire. So it's Michael Pitt. I actually showed.
Gel?
That's actually the picture. They use that pomade stuff because it's the 20s.
Yeah.
I can't put pomade in my hair.
Yes, you can.
No, it's not. This isn't prohibition.
I'm getting you pomade.
I'm a Dapper Dan man. I can't use fop. Isn't this place a geographical oddity? 20 miles from everywhere. Ah, damn it. I mean, a dozen hairnets. Oh, Brother Where Art Thou is one of the funniest movies ever made. It's fucking astonishingly funny. And I didn't see it at the theater. And it was funny because I asked Pardo when he went and saw it. I'm like, hey, what'd you think of that? He goes, you know what's funny? I didn't like it, but I laughed my whole way through it. He goes, I think at the end I didn't like the movie, but I laughed the entire time. So I'm like, all right, that's weird. So I saw it and I fucking love it because Clooney's a genius. He's fucking hysterical in it. He's going to RUNNOFT. God damn it, he's funny. There's a great part at the end when they're the Soggy Bottom Boys and they take the stage at the governor's, his big fundraiser, and he looks at Holly Hunter in the face and he pulls the beard down, like because it's like he's so excited to be there and he's so excited to see her and he wants her to go, hey, it's me, I want to tell you that it's me. So then he's singing, he's Constant Sorrow, and he pulls his beard down with the beat of the fucking music, and it's like the greatest moment in cinema history because it's fucking Clooney. He's a genius. God damn it, he's awesome. But is he a closet gay? I have no idea. That's what the internet tells me because the internet believes everybody's gay, everybody in the world. Travolta, of course. Well, but that's not. All right, look, that's not the internet talking. That's gay America. That's Tracy Morgan's son talking. He's telling me that Travolta's gay. Look, and I'm still a Travolta fan. I'm a Travolta man. That's fine. I enjoy him. Doesn't mean I want to be in a steam room with the guy. Although I guess I wouldn't mind being in a steam room if we're having a talk. I mean, we're talking about, sweat hogs and stuff, but then, the second a hand winds up on somebody's thigh, I got to go and hit the showers. Although maybe that's not the best thing to do either. Maybe I just sprint out into the street in my town. Atlanta Travolta would hit on me again. I'm fat. He doesn't want any part of me. No, he's not a chubby chaser. I read it because I actually went to that guy's website, the guy who fucking boned him and then wrote the tell-all book. That guy is fucking scary. You want to talk about, all right, Gloria Allred? You want to talk about that? I was reading a thing about Travolta, and then they had a quote from that guy who wrote the book about all the sex he'd had with Travolta. And so I went to that guy's website, and he's selling a book about Travolta, and basically all it is he followed him around to steam rooms all over the place and watched him have sex with a bunch of dudes. And it's like, well, I don't know how you squeeze 10 chapters out of that, but good for you. But then this guy thinks he started writing that people were following him and trying to kill him. Because of his outing to John Travolta, and he said there's dark cars with like tinted windows, and he has a letter he wrote to Gloria Allred on his website, and it's filled with misspellings. It's like, why would you put this crazy rant? If you found that note in a bottle, you'd throw it back into the fucking ocean. I mean, it just had no relevance to it whatsoever. Not that, I mean, all right, the guy has a website. All right, he has a website about how in this letter he writes, I'm trying to like lay low because I wrote this book about Travolta having sex with a bunch of dudes, and it's, I was warned not to, but I did, and now I'm trying to hide. Well, his fucking website, the second it opens up, it plays Staying Alive. I'm like, dude, that's not exactly laying low when you got the fucking Bee Gees at high decibel volume with your Travolta Sucks Cocks website. Terrible. But Travolta doesn't want me. I'm fat. He's like, I don't want a fat dude because I am fat, and it's dude, it's horrible. All right. Folks, here's who I am right now. Let me tell you, you know who I am? I'm a 43. I'm not 44 yet, but I'm on the way. I'm a 43-year-old man with a rash. That's right. I have a rash. And I'm you know what it's from? It's like, it's not even like because I want to be cool and say, oh, it's a staph infection. You know what I mean? And say no, it's from being fat and wearing clothes in the heat. That's what it is. I have a goddamn rash from that. So I'm a grown man who has to fucking put cream on his thigh. What the fuck is wrong with me? I hate myself. Fucking hate it. I hate that it's gotten to this point. I had to go shop for clothes again. I had to bump up a jean size. I had to bump up another fucking jean size. And the thing is, I'm wearing jeans that I swim in. Like the rest of my body just swims in them because there's so much fucking room. But the waist, I need the waist. I got a 44 now. I had to bump back up to a 44. I had gotten down to a 38 at one point. And I've said it before. I've said it a million times. And you people mock me. And I had Rocky with the blog on the website, which, by the way, let me go ahead and talk about that. I still need a web guy. If you know Drupal 6, if you know PHP mailing list, and look, I'm going to go ahead and clarify this. I had a guy, there was a guy that looked really promising that I thought I was going to go with, and it's been a couple weeks of back and forth, and it turns out that it's not going to work out. So I put the call out again to you folks. I need a web guy if you're interested, or you know of anybody, or somebody who worked your website. And look, people have written me in the past, and I've said to them, no. All right. And there's some people who wrote me that I didn't even write back because I was dealing with these other people, and I'm way behind on my emails. Recognize that, if we've talked and I've said no, then it's probably still a no. I just figure I'll throw it out there as I need a web guy again. And I know there are people out there who are pretty insistent and they were like, dude, I can really do it. And we may or may not have talked, but I don't know if it's going to work out. So whatever. The bottom line is still need a web guy. So if you're interested or you know anybody who might be interested, go ahead and let me know. And then that'll be that. I don't know why. Oh, and also there was something else I was going to talk about. What was I talking about before that? Before Web Guy? Rocky with the blog. All right, yeah, I haven't updated in forever because I had the car accident, and so I had to stop working out. Well, I could start working out again in February, but now it's June, and I haven't. But I was talking to my trainer, and he's like, dude, anytime you want to start is fine. So, folks, as a man in size fucking 44 jeans, but again, 44 waist, but the rest of me is like a 36. Like, my legs don't need to, it's terrible. It's horrible. And a rash. And the worst part about having a rash, being an old man with a rash, is like, first of all, you have a rash, which is fucking terrible. But then I don't have insurance anymore. So I can't just go to the doctor and go, hey, do you have like a special topical like cream and then pills that I can take and this thing will go away? No, I have to figure it out and piecemeal it myself because you know me, all right? I see I have a rash. And like I said, I want to say I have a staph infection. There's going to be a hole in my leg any second, which would be cooler. I almost wish it was. I wish it was that instead of like fat guy heat wearing jeans in the summer rash. Oh, god damn, that's fucking atrocious. And then, of course, I extrapolated. I even go bigger. I go, well, fuck, I might have ringworm. And it's like, because that's what a rash is. Like, because you Google rash or you go to WebMD and it links off to all these different pages and you're like, oh, dude, I have fucking ringworm. No, you don't have ringworm. You just have a fucking rash. It's what happens in the heat when you're fat, you fuck. Because you fucking let your life go and you fucking spiral off into a goddamn candy zone again. Idiot. Although I've stopped eating supplies 4 days. No, that's not congrats. It's fucking terrible. I shouldn't eat them 7 days. But I'm like, I made a decision. I'm like, all right, I can't eat them these days, but I'll eat them these days. But it doesn't matter. It all ends. It all changes. I yell it now. July 1st. And now you're saying, well, it's June 14th. Why doesn't it start June 15th? Asshat. It could, probably. But there's symmetry. And you all know how much I love symmetry, folks. July 1st, 2005, is when I had the gastric bypass surgery. So, 6 years later, July 1st, 2011, is a rebirth, folks. That's when I have brain bypass non-surgery. I should get brain surgery, though. But it all changed. It's funny. I talked to Karen about it. I'm like, all right, here's my plan. Let's do this. And my wife was like, that sounds great. And then she will sit back twiddling her thumbs as I never do it. So it changes now. It completely changes. I've said this before, yes, and I even made a website and it didn't work. But it has to work now. You know, it has to work because you know why? Because this sounds so stupid. I was in an elevator and I tipped my head back and I looked up at the glass. There was like a mirror on the top, and I saw myself with a normal face. Because as it is now, I'm kind of fat again, and I got like fat, neck and a double chin, or maybe even, getting even more. And I have a fleshy face again. When I had lost weight and got down to like 267, that was the first thing that went. I had cheekbones. I mean, I had, things happening, on my face. That sounds awful. So I looked back up into this glass in this elevator and I saw old me, arrive. He was taking the elevator ride going down. as we all are. But I looked at it and I went, look what you've done. You know what I mean? You got a rash, which is fucking terrible, and your face is all fleshy again, and you're sweating in the summer at inappropriate times. Because that's the thing, is this rash, it's like I said, it's being fat, wearing clothes, and sweating. That's not something I can fix. You know what I mean? It's not like I can just be fat and naked all summer long. I mean, I'd love to. That would be fucking awesome. But probably not for my furniture or my wife. That would be fucking horrendous. But when I saw my face in the elevator, I was just like, you know what, dude, what the fuck? Get a handle on yourself. You got to snap out of it. You got to go fruits. You got to go lean meats. You got to do all this. So I contacted my trainer, and he saw me at Meltdown Comics. Actually, we didn't get to talk, but he sent me an email afterwards, and he's like, hey man, whenever you want to get back on it. So I said, I have a medical thing I got to deal with, because again, at the time I thought I had ringworm. And I said, once I get that straightened out, I'd love to come back. And he's like, anytime. So I have to contact him and go, dude, July 1st. Which is going to be fucking amazing. So then July 1st, I start working out, changing everything, and then hopefully it happens as quickly as it did the last time I was on July 1st. I lost 100 pounds in a month then, but that's because I was sitting around like an idiot doing nothing but eating, fruit cup and one scallop. I don't know if I could pull that off now. I would love to, but I don't know if I can. But I have to do something, because I don't want to fucking. Again, it's that same thing where I said, I just want to run again. I want to do this. And I'm starting to get back pain again and knee pain and all fucked up. And you guys all know this. Nobody wants to hear me struggle with my fucking weight any more than you want to hear me tell you that God doesn't exist. Although I'll tell you what, once I do lose all this weight, I'm going to be like, I got first and foremost, I got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for making this possible. Because Jesus hid the ham. Jesus took my candy away. Which is fine with me. I wish he would. I wish he'd step up. I wish he'd walk across the swimming pool at my fucking house, grab my candy and go, no! And just hit me on the fucking nose with a rolled up scroll Bible, whatever the fuck he carries. I don't know what he has.
A rolled up scroll Bible.
Yeah, that's how it works. I don't know what Jesus has. He carries something. Yeah, I didn't want to say newspaper because then it makes it look like Jesus is interested in what's going on in the news. He doesn't need a fucking newspaper. Jesus knows all. Print is dead, and it's always been dead to Jesus. He doesn't have to read anything to catch up. He just fucking closes his eyes and thinks, and there's a thought bubble in his head of what's going on in Alabama. He knows. Jesus is well aware of all the tornadoes and shit that have destroyed everything because he saw it coming a mile away. Jesus is like Dionne Warwick, but with a beard. He sees it all. He fucking knows what's happening. I love the fact that I question the existence of God, but yet Jesus is this guy who hangs out and he's going to come to my house and steal candy. Jesus is like, he's like a cautionary tale. He's the boogeyman. God that's too abstract a concept. I can't even think of that. God is ridiculous. A guy who lives in the sky and looks at all of us and makes decisions about basketball games. That's not true. But Jesus, he seems like a fella that could be a possibility. Because he's just a carpenter who everybody's like, hey, dude, you're the guy. And he's like, I'm not the fucking guy. And then he's hanging out with a whore and then they wrote a musical about him. Jesus is real. Nobody wrote God Superstar because that's not a good musical. Then it's a bunch of people dancing around and then the old man shows up and goes, stop that racket. And he goes and lays down in his cloud bed. But Jesus shows up and he's like, boom, boom, bow, down, 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 down. And he's like got heaven on his mind. He knows. He knows what the buzz is. Jesus knows what the buzz is. He'll tell you what's happening. But God is just like, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep. Oh. So there you go. I have to do something, man. I need Jesus to show up and steal the candy. I need Jesus took the pork chops, like George Carlin said. I need something. Because I saw a show this week that made me, because I'd made this decision before this show. All right. I should tell you, it wasn't a show that made me do it. It was an elevator. Terrible. That and the fact that I swim and sweat. Terrible. So it's the elevator. It's a billion different things, but also this fucking show I saw this week. There's a show that I didn't even know existed. Okay. And as I watched it, I was amazed by it and I could not stop watching it. But then it was from 2011. But then I immediately went to TiVo because I'm like, I've got to watch every fucking episode of this show. And it turns out it was on in 2010 and I didn't know about it. Because again, when I'm at Mex's house, I'll find out about these kind of shows. Because I'll go to David's house and he and his wife will watch, I think it's the might be Discovery Channel, or there's some channel out there runs shows about medical oddities. And they haven't even bothered to come up with names for the shows. Like something like, tragedy is afoot. And then it's a story about some guy with a club foot. You know what I mean? That would be fine. But instead, they just call it the guy with the club foot. And then you wind up watching it and you're like, sure enough, it's about a guy with a club foot. The 563-pound tumor. Like, that's the name of the show. They don't even class it up with like me and my friend. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this guy's got a tumor. He has to drag all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? Me and my shadow. I mean, that would be fine. But no, instead it's that. So, but this show had a name. Freaky Eaters. Have you ever seen Freaky Eaters? Yeah. You've seen it? Yeah. See, I didn't know it existed until this week when I got to see a horribly disgusting woman who is addicted to eating cheesy potatoes. And that's all she eats. Like when they say, they'll say stuff like she's addicted to eating cheesy potatoes. No, she's not. She chooses to eat cheesy potatoes and only cheesy potatoes. And then you watch the show and she's sitting at a table and she also refuses to eat with her husband because she's got a thing where she's like, oh, I can't watch him eat regular food. No, you've chosen not to watch him eat regular food. There's nothing wrong with with what he's doing. It's all on you. Don't make it sound like there's a disease or anything. You've decided to eat cheesy potatoes for the rest of your fucking life. And because here's why it's not an addiction. Okay, she doesn't eat cheesy potatoes. Like if she ate one particular dish called cheesy potatoes, and that's all she ate, then you could say, oh, she's got a problem because she's got like OCD and she eats this one particular thing all the time. But no, she will eat potatoes with cheese on them in any incarnation. She'll eat French fries covered in cheese sauce. She'll fry potatoes and put dry cheese on them. She'll eat stuff like that. And as long as it's potatoes and cheese, she eats it. So that's not an addiction. That's a fucking life choice. Yep. And as she's doing, and then, all right, I'll tell you this. She's got a husband who's like a normal sized guy. And the patience of fucking Job, this guy. I don't know how he tolerates this woman and her nonsense, because what they do is they have two therapists come and visit her. First, they show her shoveling fucking potatoes and cheese in her goddamn mouth. And look, I have food issues. We all have food issues. Okay. But if you wanted to make fun of me for my food issues, I would go, yeah, because I'm an idiot. Because I can't stop eating and counting candy because there's something fucking wrong with me, because I recognize there's something wrong with me. But she just, all right, once it's unfolding and you're watching the fucking story, she's sitting in her car eating french fries and cheese. She's like, I take breaks from work because I don't want anybody to watch me eat. And, well, yeah, because you're a fucking slob. I mean, that's why, because they show her eating and she's got a fork and she's shoveling in cheese and fucking french fries into her fat face. It's like, dude, fucking slow down. Honestly, do something to fix this or change it. You can do that. That's on you. So then these two therapists show up and they try to give her this, look, I'm on record as saying that the fat are lazy. All right. Or not lazy. Fat people lie. All right. When I went for my gastric bypass and I had to go to all these psych tests and all these different things, you could see them just bargaining and trying to get out of giving up the things that they wanted to do. I mean, it's because it is mental. All right. I get that. It's mental, but eventually you have to realize it's mental and you have to stop it. I did. I realized it was mental. And so I went and had them cut my stomach up into a fucking tiny fucking pouch. Because I'm weak. I admit that. All right. I fucked up. I wish I wouldn't have done it. There were times I regretted it laying in the hospital bed. I was like, fuck. But then as I started to work out and lost weight, I was like, yeah, it was a fucking great decision. And I still, to this day, it was the best decision I ever fucking made. Because even if right now I'm at fucking 350, I'm not at 500 anymore. Although, give me a year. But this woman's eating cheesy fucking potatoes. And I mean, her husband makes her a Brussels sprout. He's like, look, I want you to just try this. I'm going to make you a Brussels sprout. Which, honestly, dude, really? You made the leap to Brussels sprouts immediately? I mean, I love Brussels sprouts as long as they're like roasted and you got some pine nuts with them or some bacon. You got to make them the right way. He boiled her a Brussels sprout and then put it on the counter. He's like, I just want you to try this. Fuck that. A dog would turn up its nose. A fucking truffle-sniffing pig would be like, what the fuck is that horrible mini cabbage? Get it the fuck out of here. And he'd give it a hoof kick across the goddamn farmland. Unbelievable. Couldn't you ease her into it with corn? Try corn. Corn's yellow. She can go and eat that. And he's like, no, I want her to eat a green vegetable. So peas, maybe? I don't know. But anything but Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, that's like eating a shrunken head right out of the goddamn box. That's so different from cheesy potatoes. So he brings it out. He takes it out of the water and he goes to cut it in half for her. And she's looking at it like it's an animal that she doesn't want to confront. And she goes it and she puts it in her mouth. He cuts it in half. And you can also see he cuts it in half and the knife doesn't really go through it because it's rubbery because he boiled it. You don't boil Brussels sprouts. You got to roast them, motherfucker. You got to cook them like 9 different ways to make them palatable. But he cuts it and she puts it in her mouth and she makes this horrible noise where she's like, oh, and just fucking spits it out and just. All right. So what I was getting to is like the husband is the husband and I can't believe he's still the husband, quite frankly. But the worst thing about this chick is she's really overweight because she's, I guess, for 15 years or 30 years. It's 30 years she's eaten nothing but cheesy potatoes. Because when she was 4 years old, it all gets down to when she was 4 years old, she went over to she was very particular as a child, and she says she went over to a family member's house, and her parents told them she's very, very picky eater. She won't eat certain things. She won't eat ham. She won't. So the first morning they made her ham and eggs for breakfast. They're like, you got to eat it. And they made her eat it, and she ate it, and she vomited all over their table. She threw it all up, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, a 4-year-old doesn't know to just. I mean, he can be stubborn, but he has to eat. Did she make herself throw up? I don't fucking know. So from that day on, she's eating nothing but cheesy potatoes. So as she's gotten older, she looks all right. She looks like a person who's been eating cheesy potatoes for 30 years. Does that make sense? She's a big girl, and she looks again like those people who are super overweight. Like I said, I've got about 2 chins now, and moving on to another one, but at least I got the goatee to hide it. She's got that thing that looks like Jabba the Hutt, because she's got a face floating in a pool of fat. You know what I mean? It just looks like a punch bowl full of fat. And there's just a face in the middle of it talking to you. I mean, like, she's just got that kind of head. But here's the worst part. This is what made me more disgusted than anything in the world. She's got a tattoo, like, all the way up one arm. And then she's got a pierced tongue. And, look, we all know there's only one reason you pierce your tongue. All right? to enhance your cocksucking skills. I guess that's what I hear. I have not, unfortunately, I have never been involved with anyone with a pierced tongue, so I don't know what it adds or what it's supposed to add. I just know it's supposed to add something. But the fact that she even, it made me so grossed out that she would even be participating in sex or even thinking that would, like, she would enhance her sex life by getting a pierced tongue. Like, no, you know, you would enhance, you want to put something in your mouth that would enhance your sex life? How about not cheesy potatoes? That would go ahead and enhance your sex life. But then the worst part is the therapist. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself, or not even getting ahead of myself. I'm way behind myself. I'm not even fucking doing anything but telling you that I don't want to be on Freaky Eater someday. But in the show, they got people like addicted to raw meat. That guy's got a problem. The guy addicted to eating raw meat, that guy's got a fucking problem. But this cheesy potatoes chick, she got a fucking clear choice. But then the two therapists show up and they do these stupid fucking tests that are not going to help anybody. They sit her at a table with a hidden box, like she's got to reach in and touch stuff, and they put broccoli in there and they're like, "Go ahead and touch this." Like, dude, the problem is not touching the goddamn broccoli. What are you trying to break her of? And then they made her like burritos with cheese and potatoes inside, but then they put like lettuce in one of them, and she's like, "Oh, I could eat that." Like, yeah, because it's fucking cheese, potatoes, and tortilla, you fat fuck. Of course you can eat it. One lettuce leaf isn't going to kill you just if you see green, because you could eat it even if you fucking close your eyes and eat it, motherfucker. Oh, I hated her. Then they made her eat, so then they go, we want to prove, because there's a show out of Britain called Why Are You So Fat? And it'll be these fat people. They bring this one really mean. It's like the woman from Weakest Link. England, you know what it's full of? It's full of soccer hooligans and mean old ladies. And Simon Cowell. It's all these people who are willing to tell you what the fuck is wrong with you. That's what England is. It's like this school marm country. So sure enough, on this, why are you so fat? These fat people will get this lady, and then she has them make a food journal, and then she buys all of the stuff that they eat, and she puts it on the table in front of them, so they have to come in and look at it. And they all eat, they eat this takeout food, and the thing is, they let it obviously sit under the hot lights forever, so it looks fucking disgusting. And these people have to face the fact that that's what they eat. Well, what they did for Fatty McPotatoes, they get her out in the street. I swear to God, this is the truth. They go, "This is what you eat every day," and they have like a dump truck filled with potatoes. And all they did was they dumped out a pile of raw potatoes, and then they poured like 9 bags of cheese on it in the street. They made a pile of cheese and raw potatoes. Like that was going to drive home the point. All you did was piss off Africa by wasting potatoes and cheese. There's a million people in fucking Mabongo, and look, the guy was just here. The guy was just fucking here. He was at the White House. You knew he was there. Send a fucking message and go, "Dude, once you're done sitting there talking about basketball, what the fuck you're talking about, why don't you swing by here and pick up a dump truck full of fucking potatoes and cheese for your people? Because they're starving over there, folks. I don't know if you've heard." I don't want to be on Freaky Eaters. Fuck, I shouldn't even talk about Freaky Eaters. So that's the point. There's no point. The point is I have a rash. There you go. That's it. And that made me even more disgusted. There's nothing more disgusting than having to put fucking cream on your thigh. Oh, my God. Think about that. That's what an old guy does. I'm old. And I know I'm old, but I didn't think I was that old. Then you go online, you start Googling rash, and you start seeing all these fucking things. You're like, "Oh, I have that. No, I have that. Oh, my God. Holy shit, I have beriberi. I have some disease you can only catch in Africa. I've never been to fucking Mabongo." So think of that, folks. In 2 weeks, it starts. So in 2 weeks, I'll be cranky, probably. As if every other week I'm not. But I have to do it. I have to slim down, man. I don't want to be at a point. What if I got so fat my tweetaudio.com/40 earbuds wouldn't fit in my fat ears because they were like all swelled up like cauliflower ears? And you know what? That's how fat I would be. I wouldn't even get cauliflower ears because I would reject the vegetable. I would have pork chop ears. That's what I would have because I'm fat. Damn it. It does. It makes complete sense. You can say that it doesn't, but trust me, it does. Why should I make sense now? It's been 45 minutes of me not making sense at all. I might be right on the number there. That's my feeling. I bet. I'm not even going to look. Don't tell me. But I think I'm right at 45 minutes. Again, don't tell me. I'm not going to look. By the way, have you guys figured out that I did nothing this week? I did nothing at all except look at an elevator and stare and go, "Oh, what the fuck."
Didn't you go to a movie?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yes, I'm going to help the show. I did see a movie, and I was about to say the only thing I did this week was see a movie, but I'm glad you stepped up. No, thank God you stepped up.
I think you forgot. I'm like,
Yeah, I forgot.
busy with this rash, you forgot he went to a movie.
No, I brought my rash to a movie, and I wore shorts.
Did you pay for it?
No, I came in. I snuck it in. I was like, don't, please. Yeah. I was like, oh, do not ask me any questions about a rash. I'm not bringing a rash into this film. I'm just clad in pants and enjoying a film like anybody else. No, I wore shorts. That's what I did. I wore shorts, so my rash wants to see the film. All right. Why is my rash a different? It's actually a living entity now. Google that, folks. Google rash as living entity. You'll find me. There's a picture. There was something else I wanted to talk about too, though. I said remind me of something later. Merch. That's what it was. Well, I'll talk about that later. Remind me of that later. I saw a movie this week. That's what I did. You know what movie I saw? I saw Super 8. And I know you're probably thinking to yourself, did he like it? Did he not like it? Let's dispense with the suspense right now. Folks, I fucking loved Super 8. Loved it. And you know me, I haven't been going to movies lately because I find myself being the guy that movies are no longer for. Super 8 is a movie that is exactly for me. It is written they actually went, hey, what do 43-year-old white guys want to see right now? They want to see this movie because, and I should tell you this, I think that that's true. And I have heard from the day I saw it, I wrote on Twitter about it, and I heard back from like 10 people who were like, it was fantastic, loved every second of it. And ever since then, all I've heard is from people who did not like it. Nobody, they're like, Roger Ebert said it fell apart. Although I didn't hear from Roger Ebert, I got to tell you that. It's not like he, glued his face on and fucking called me or whatever he's got. Because that's what he's got. He's got no job. We talked about it before. And then he's got a machine that talks for him now. But it's a brilliant machine. It took all of his old words and made him so he actually speaks in his own voice. But I don't care for that voice because it didn't like Super 8. But I fucking loved Super 8. I watched it and everybody. I had a friend who told me he didn't like it. He wanted to talk about it. And first he wanted to talk about it. I thought it was fantastic. He goes, oh, we are not going to agree on this. And he told me what he thought. But this is the same guy who texted me that Thor was the best movie ever. Like he wrote me and he's like, oh my God, Thor is fantastic. It's the best Marvel movie since Spider-Man 2. And I was like, fuck, well, I got to see it then. And then it's literally a guy with long blonde hair throwing cups and yelling forsooth for an hour and a half. It's terrible. And fighting a robot. Thor, God of Thunder, has to fight a robot at the end. Whatever. I'm sure he fought Frost Giant. Oh, I can't get into Thor. I talked about it before. But my friend is like, yeah, I thought it was overwritten. I thought the dialogue was this. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, those kids would never talk like that, like this dialogue in this scene. And I go, go watch E.T. because in E.T. kids talked like that. That was the whole point. They wrote the kids' dialogue like adults. So they actually talk like adults. So it makes, I guess you could write a movie where 13-year-olds talk like 13-year-olds, but fuck that. Who wants to see that? I want to see 13-year-olds kind of talk like they're, maybe 18 to 20-year-olds. I can get along with that. Or not even. Oh, fucking 18 to 20 is stupid. Have 13-year-olds talk like I would talk. There you go. Have that. They have them talk like 43-year-olds. Then I'm in. But these kids, I thought it conveyed the fact that they were friends. That was the whole point, is these kids all grew up together and they all knew one another and they were all best friends and they hung out together so they could ping pong around a table and they could finish each other's sentences. I thought it was great. And it was funny. I talked to Lily about it. She's like, oh, I don't want to see that movie. I said, why don't you want to see it? She goes, well, first of all, let me ask this. Why are these kids running around with Super 8 cameras? Okay? That doesn't make any sense. Nobody uses Super 8 camera anymore. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. I can't see it right there. I don't even believe the movie. So I went, okay. And I can't argue with her because that's the kind of shit that makes me not want to see movies. Like there's a movie called 28 Days Later. It's a zombie movie. And I checked out of it in the first 10 minutes because there's a scene that happens where, all right, look, I'm not telling you. Spoiler alert, movie from 2002. A guy wakes up in the hospital. He's naked. He looks around. The hospital's destroyed. He throws on like a dressing gown. He walks out in the streets. Everything's abandoned. He doesn't know. And again, he's woken up from a coma. So he woken up. He's awakened from a coma. He looks around. Nothing. England is deserted. London is destroyed. Empty cars. Everything's fucking. And there's nobody in the street. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. He goes to a newsstand and there's newspapers on the fucking shelf that say, plague destroys the country and all these like different headlines. And he kind of glances down. He's like, huh. And then he walks into the place to get a drink. Look, I understand you're thirsty. All right, you've been in the hospital and you're walking the streets and you don't pick up a newspaper to read why the fuck England is deserted. You just walked from a hospital to a newsstand through an England that has not a soul in it. Abandoned cars. Everything is ruined and wrecked. Stores are looted. And you walk right past the newspapers to get a Zagnut bar? What the fuck? And I checked out. I completely checked out at that point. I'm like, the rest of the movie, I'm like, I guess I believe it, and there's zombies and all this stuff. It's cool. And I actually recently TiVoed it to watch it again and see if I was wrong. I was wrong because it's better than I thought it was because I had mentally checked out. It's like when I saw The Natural. All right, the movie The Natural. When the whammer gets struck out, I left. I left the theater. Because I go, this is ridiculous. This would never happen. He wouldn't strike out the whammer. Well, now I've watched The Natural since, and I love The Natural. I fucking love the movie. Michael Madsen's great in it. It's great. But at the time, I checked out and it's like I walked away not enjoying it. I didn't like Risky Business at the movies. I didn't like Ferris Bueller's Day Off at the movies. But I've grown to love these movies as I've gotten older because I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. But also I wonder if it's because it puts me in that fucking headspace where it makes me fucking 13 again, which gets me back to fucking Super 8 because guess what? Watching Super 8 makes me fucking 14 years old again. It does. It's me sitting in a theater eating popcorn and watching every movie that summer, watching fucking Aliens and everything else because that's what we did. We watched movies and watching this. So anyway, she didn't like it because of the Super 8 thing, and I don't want to tell her, but I wrote her. I go, look, they solve it. You learn quickly why that's the case, and I don't want to say it here again. Spoiler alert, whatever the fuck. But it's because maybe it's not a spoiler alert. Maybe everybody in the world fucking knew about that because they fucking read the preview stuff. I remember I mentioned it last week where people were mad because they weren't seeing enough in the trailer. I was thrilled when I saw the movie because there wasn't stuff in the trailer. But watching the movie, again, it's written exactly for me because J.J. Abrams is my age, and he's like, yeah, I wanted to make a movie about what it was like when I was a kid, and I was making Super 8 films at that age, which is great. But I could never do that same thing. It puts me in that headspace of being young, but if I had to make a movie about when I was a kid, I wouldn't be making Super 8 movies. I'd be fucking breaking shit and doing stupid stuff in my goddamn neighborhood. That's that's not a movie for anybody. Nobody wants to see that movie. No, fuck that. Nobody wants to see. It's like because it was uplifting. Watching Super 8, it made me feel fucking great at the end of it. I was so into it. And again, because I have issues about other things and they touched on those, it really it made me feel good and it put me in that place. I gotta have some sort of feel good story from when I was a kid, right? I mean, not everything was. What can I don't know what I could do. What I could make man, because they were in high school, so it would have to be something from high school. A story of triumph. Coming of age story. I have no idea. I still haven't come of age. 43 years old, I still haven't come of age. I would just make a story of me staring at Carrie Kyden's crotch. That would just be it. Did I ever tell that story on here? Oh man, there was this girl. There was this girl named Carrie Kyden, and I had a major crush on her, and she started dating Jesse Lopez like our freshman year. But she had a body freshman year that like, she all of a sudden she completely developed and like a huge rack on Carrie Kyden. And she was like a burnout chick. She wore those black Gas shoes and jeans. Like I can still see her to this day wearing jeans and like regular concert shirts. But still, I mean, and wore kind of like too much eye makeup. But who cares, man? At 13, you're just like, oh, the fact that you put any makeup on at all, you're just like, yes, banging your fucking cock into a dressing table, thinking about her. I didn't have a yeah. What am I in a castle? Yes, because I'm a baron. I have a dressing table in my house. Idiot. Although, who cares? I'm banging my cock into anything at that age. One time, I was outside of the Bolingbrook Park District in B.J. Ward High School. Or B.J. Ward Middle School. And I don't know why we were there. I wound up there somehow. We were playing football, and she was there. But Carrie Kyden is outside of the... and she and I got along. We were friends, but she didn't know that I wanted to fucking rail her. Although, come on, it's high school. Every girl has to know that every guy wants to rail her, right? I'm not in high school anymore, but every girl has to walk around going, yeah, it's every girl's there with walking hard-ons because that's what every guy is in high school. All they want to do is fucking get laid. Unless they're nerds. That's wrong. Even the nerds want to get laid. But Carrie Kyden is sitting on a retaining wall outside of the Park District. And, but she's sitting on the wall, like she's turned sideways, not with her feet dangling off the wall. She's sideways on it. Like you know what? She looks like the chick on the mud flaps of trucks. She's sitting that way, sideways, and she's kind of reclined back with her knees up and her feet are crossed. And I come over to talk to her, and she's wearing shorts and like a long sleeve, like one of those softball. It's a T-shirt, but like with the different colored sleeves, like red and white. And she's wearing red and white shorts, but they were short shorts. And I'm talking to her, and I glance down, and her shorts are they're up inside Carrie Kyden. All right, is that she had a hungry vagina and it was hungry for shorts. And again, I'm 13 and she's 15 or whatever, 14, because I was younger than everybody in freshman year. And I'm staring and I'm trying not to stare and I'm talking to her and pleasant conversation. She has no idea that what's going on. And it's not, but part of me wondered if she knew, because she, I had to look like I was hypnotized when I was talking to her. And at one point she was waiting for her mom to pick her up. And I think I was waiting for a ride and not my mom, but I was waiting for somebody else to pick me up. And I'll be honest with you, if they hadn't come to pick me up, I would still be there at the wall talking to Carrie Kyden right now. I don't care. Time would have passed, and they could have built around us a shed. I would still be, as long as Carrie didn't get off the wall, I was going to sit there and talk to her. And she didn't. She kept her knees up and had her hands on. She leaned forward, and then when she leaned forward, it made it even, because then the shorts contracted, and then more was revealed, and she had to look. To this day, I can see her face to this, like almost like smirking, like almost like she knew, but she couldn't have known. I mean, at 15, you're not into flesh and your vag at everybody, are you? Right? You don't want to show your gupper off. Well, you did, but I mean, but I don't think that she was into it. You're nodding. What do you want me to do? If you're nodding, I'm going to go, yeah, you did. But I mean, I don't think that's a thing you think of at 15. I mean, maybe you think of like you're controlling guys, or you're making. I don't think you understand the womanly power that you hold between your legs when you're 15 years old. You're still trying to figure out how it works. Christ, I'm 43. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. But we sat there and I talked to her and I just stared. So that's. And at one point, it's funny when she was going to get off the wall. Like she goes, well, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, and I actually, like, it was the first time I touched her. I grabbed her ankle and go, no. Like I left her to sit there on the wall. And well, I'm fine here. We can talk like right here. Like I didn't want her to move because I was, and I'll never forget the sight of her vagina. I was so, look at me. I'm all fucking weird even now talking about it. I was like, that's an uplifting scene from my childhood movie, right? I could make that scene work. I don't know if I could make that scene work because I you know what, I could film that scene, but then when I look down, instead of her vagina, it would be like I would see a picture of me going, "Don't look here." Like, I'd have to make it funny. But Jesus, that's uplifting for me, that scene. Although it wasn't uplifting when I would see her with Jesse Lopez in the hallway. Oh, I was furious. Never even got to take a shot, but I couldn't take a shot. I was 13. I was an idiot. These kids in this movie, they're just so industrious. They're making films. They're doing things. It's like, when I was 13, 14 years old, I was just fucking around. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I was in school existing. I was not passing classes. That's what I was doing. What uplifting story could I have from fucking school? I could have like some... Because I wasn't on a sports team. Like I didn't play football. Because my grades weren't good enough. My mom wouldn't let me play football or anything like that. I won in intramurals. I could tell that story. There's no triumph in winning at intramurals. It's a bunch of stoners playing street hockey. Nobody fucking wants to. There's no triumph there with me beating up Mike Mielke and actually throwing hands with him on the fucking floor hockey court. That doesn't make any sense. Or playing European handball and having Julian Fowler hit me right in the face with a fucking. But I made the save. I was a pretty good goalie at European handball. Maybe that's my triumph. That's not a triumph. You think of all the things you did when you were a kid. And I was like, all these sandlot victories that I had. Like one game, I hit 2 grand slams in a game and over the fence like grand slams, which is a big deal. You could, if you ran out of grand slam, a fat guy's never going to run out of grand slam. But the fact that I could hit a fucking in 8th grade over the fence grand slam at Brookview, it was huge. It was like, yeah, you had to actually trot. Maybe that's my story of triumph. No, I guess what I'm saying. It's sad. I have no stories of triumph from school. I didn't play organized sports. Although, you know what? Fuck it. This would work. This would actually work. All right. Although it's not really my story of triumph, but it sort of is. All right. No, would this story be better? Fuck. I should have done all this before I got on the air. On the air. I'm not on the air. What the fuck am I? I'm talking into a broken mic stand, courtesy of my fat hands. Lily, we do this. We have the new setup, so she has a microphone stand and a microphone, but the microphone doesn't fit in the plastic. It barely fits. Like you kind of have so, and I keep fiddling and touching the microphone. Well, I just tried to squeeze it down, and I fucking broke the entire plastic thing. So now I'm talking as I stare at a cock balloon right in my face. That's what it looks like. It looks like a little hard-on balloon. It's like I should just like.
Does, you're right.
Yeah, so she used because it's a clown house, so there's this uninflated balloon on the ground, and literally that was her first go-to thing. She I don't know if they use them as adhesive here in the house all the time. Yeah, because she immediately went down and she goes, "Oh, hold on, I'll get it." And she grabbed an uninflated balloon and tied the microphone to the microphone stand. This show is just getting worse. I mean, it's just, why did we even do a year 4? I should be out, dumping fucking dump trucks of potatoes on people, for Christ's sake. How do those people? That's on TV. I can't get a fucking television job. I can't get hired for anything. But this guy in a sweater vest is dumping a dump truck full of potatoes in front of some fat chick with a pierced tongue and going, "This is what you eat every day." And that's on goddamn television. And I watched it. I watched every fucking minute of it. Because I try not to watch that reality shit. I'm like, you know what? You got enough shit going on in your own life. You don't want to watch people fighting on an island. I don't see people arguing over a fire. I mean, I don't want to see it, but I made myself watch Freaky Eaters because she was horrible. And also, when I first learned about it, this is how I learned of this show. I was on Twitter, and this girl twittered, and I thought it was really funny. She goes, "I don't wonder why the woman on Freaky Eaters is addicted to cheesy potatoes. I wonder why she has a nicer house than me." And I wish I could remember who twittered it, but it made me laugh out loud. And I went, "What the fuck is Freaky Eaters? And cheesy potatoes? What the fuck?" And so I went and Googled it, and I was like, "Oh, there it is." And it just happened to be on. It was on she had an East Coast feed, and I had it on the West Coast. On the East Coast cheesy potato feed. All right. Stupid. So, all right. When I was in high school, this could work. We need a swelling soundtrack. I used to always get suspended. I mentioned that. And I used to go to a thing called internal. All right. So sophomore year, I got sent to internal, which means you sit in one room all day. You only leave to go to lunch, and you bring your lunch back and eat it in silence in internal. They're punishing you by making you sit in a quiet room. I did not find that so much punishment because I would sleep. I would sleep the entire time. Now, you're not supposed to sleep, but I worked it out where I would set up a book, and to this day, I can lean on a book and look like I'm reading, and then I'm really asleep. So I mastered that. That's what I learned in school. But as I was in internal at this point, my gym class, you do a thing for like 6 weeks in gym or 3 weeks. You play 3 weeks of basketball, then 3 weeks of track, which always sucked. You always wanted to play something cool. Well, I missed the final week of, I think, basketball. And I was very mad about that because the thing, I loved gym and I loved lunch. That was it. That's all I loved about high school. But then I also missed the beginning of the week for tennis. We were moving into tennis. And by missing the beginning of the week, the first week of tennis, I missed choosing teams. So I come back to sophomore year gym tennis, and Mr. Krushka is he's my coach. He's the gym teacher. And I've mentioned Mr. Krushka before. I think I told this story on Never Not Funny about we had a foreign exchange student named Fong in this class. And we would make Fong do the most ridiculous things in the world. We would tell Fong, because Fong was from like Vietnam or wherever the fuck, I don't even know. But he didn't speak very good English. And so we would constantly trick Fong into do things in the gym class that he didn't want to do. We were doing archery once. All right. We had archery for like 2 weeks. I don't fucking know why, or 3 weeks. And we shot an arrow when we told Fong that he had to go get it. I told this story on here a million times. I'm sorry. I apologize for repeating it. But if you're new, we told Fong, we were like, "No, you shoot the arrow, Fong, and then you have to go get it out of the target." Well, Fong shoots an arrow, and he walks out into the fucking the shooting field. Like everybody else is still shooting arrows. Fong walks out to get his arrow. And Mr. Krusha goes, "Fong, what are you doing?" And then he stops, arrows down, bows down. Everybody stops shooting. And he walks out and he grabs Fong by the arm and he pulls him and goes, "Fong, you're going to wind up like Sadat. Get back here." Because Anwar Sadat had just been assassinated. So my very sensitive gym teacher compared Fong to Sadat. So we would make Fong do all these terrible things. So I went to internal, and then I get out and I come back to tennis, and I've missed choosing partners for tennis. And everybody else is paired up in doubles, and I have nobody to be teamed up with. And my buddy Jeff is making fun of me. He's like, "Dude," he goes, "you don't have a partner." He goes, "You're not going to be able to play." And I go, "Well, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to play tennis anyway." He's like, "Well, no, you've got to have a partner." And there's only one guy left. And it dawns on me that I'm about to have to choose Fong as my tennis partner. And I can't have that happen. I mean, there's no way. I don't know. Do they have tennis in Vietnam? I got no fucking idea. And if you give Fong a racket and a net, I mean, I'm sure he's going to hide behind it and wait for an American soldier to come by so he can fucking shoot him or jump him. I don't fucking know what he's doing with his life. But But I go, shit, do I got to team up with Fong? And Jeff is like, no, Fong's already got a partner. For some reason, Fong is teamed up with Dan Reimer. I have no idea why. But I don't know if they were absent the same day and they came back. Who fucking knows? All I know is I get out of internal and I have to go. And he said there's one guy, and it's a guy who's been sick. He's been out for a week. And it turns out that I have to team up for tennis with Rick Scuderi. Let me describe Rick Scuderi to you now. Rick Scuderi is 48 feet tall. That's all you need to know about Rick. He weighs 105 pounds. He is like crazy tall, skinny, awkward, with weird black hair. You know what? It was like if I had to team up with Michael Richards to play tennis. Like literally Kramer and I had to stand everybody. And Scuderi's like spindly and he's skinny. He's not athletic. He would have been, let's put it this way, even if he wasn't absent, he would have been last picked. They probably would, because at least Fong's got some athletic sense because he's been dodging tigers in the jungles of fucking Vietnam or Borneo, wherever the fuck he's from. But unfortunately, Scuderi's not from Vietnam, so he has no athletic sense. I don't know why I think it's inherent in everyone from Vietnam to have athletic sense. My only dealings are with Fong. So it's me and Scuderi, and Jeff's busting my balls, and I take Rick aside. I'm like, do you know anything about tennis? He's like, no. I said, oh, fuck. But we knew the rules. We know where everything goes, and it's high school tennis. You just fucking bounce the ball, and you serve it over, and you chase it around, and you're done. But there's actual standings, so it's embarrassing to see that you're 0-1, 0-2, you see it building up, so I don't want to lose too much. So the first day we play, Rick and I get together, and we wind up playing, we didn't play Jeff and Ralph. What the fuck did we play? We didn't play Reimer and Fong. Christ, did we play Alex? We might have played, there was a guy we called Feet. Alex, and he was teamed up with Kenny Mitchell. I think Kenny Mitchell and Alex were teamed up. You know why? Because they were the black guys. Literally, the two black guys got together. Like, hey, let's team up and be teams. But we lost to them. We lost our first match, and it was terrible. We were just out of sync and disorganized, and Jeff's busting my balls. And fucking, I should tell you, Jeff was teamed up with Ralph Meach, the preacher, who I've mentioned before, who got really drunk and then swore at his mom over the phone when we ordered a pizza. I think this predates that, but they were both on the baseball team. So Jeff and Ralph were teamed up. They're athletic, and we just got our ass beat the first night by Alex and Kenny. And so I'm like, fuck, I can't. I mean, I didn't want to just lose. You know, it just seemed fucking stupid. So the next day we come to class, and I'm in the locker room. We're getting my balls busted. And I have to play Jeff and Ralph that day. You know, because it's a round robin thing. You play everybody else in the thing, and Jeff's giving me shit, and I look at Rick and I'm like, look, I don't want to lose to these guys. I mean, is anything we can do? And he's like, I'll try. Because again, why is Rick my savior? He doesn't have to be. So we get out there to play, and you have to volley for serve, and we win the serve. So Rick serves first, and he bounces it, fucking hits it over the fence or the net, and they return it. We're running around. Rick trips over his feet. I fall down because I'm fat. Comical, horrible. Every fucking scene you've ever seen in a high school tennis match happened. We're like sitting there staring at one another. We suck. And so then they get serve, and Ralph gets a couple of winners, and then we finally break their serve. We get it, and we get it back. So it's time for us to serve, and it's my serve. And I decided to do something the previous night, and I'm like, well, should I do it now? Should I not do it now? Fuck it. I'm going to try it. As I've mentioned, it's high school tennis. And all you do is you bounce the ball and you hit it over the fucking net. None of us are any good. It's just a matter of athleticism and getting around, and I'm fat and Rick's skinny. It's literally like Jeff and Ralph are beating up Laurel and Hardy at tennis. It's so fucking horrible. They're beating the number 10. So I go, I got to do something to be the game changer here. So I go to serve, and I decide I'm going to serve like I've seen on TV. Like I'm actually going to throw it over my head and hit it instead of bouncing it, because at least I don't give a fuck, because we're going to lose anyway. All right. But if I just hit it into the net a couple of fucking times, at least I'm trying, whatever the fuck. It's something different, anything to shake it up. So, I get the ball and I bounce it. And I at the time, I actually enjoyed tennis. I know that sounds stupid, but I had a favorite tennis player. When I was a kid, I made myself have a favorite in every sport. My favorite golfer was Hubert Green, for no reason. I didn't like golf. I didn't like watching golf, but I insisted that I had to have a favorite in every single sport. My favorite golfer was Hubert Green. My favorite race car driver was AJ Foyt. I don't know why. He didn't need to be. I didn't need to have that, but I rooted for him all the time at the Indy 500 and any other race, just because I like the name AJ. So my favorite tennis player, I did not care for John McEnroe. I didn't care for Jimmy Connors. I loved Bjorn Borg. I loved the hair. I loved the fucking headband. I loved the name, Bjorn Borg. It sounded like a dessert. I fucking loved this guy. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking copy Bjorn Borg. I'm just going to fucking overhand serve it. And at least I'll try to look cool doing it. So Scuderi's got his back to me. He's not even looking at me, all right, because obviously he's not. He's ready to play. He's ready to volley at the net. Ralph and Jeff are fucking busting my balls across the net. I bounce the ball. I bounce it in my once, twice, and I throw it in the air, and I whip my fucking arm around. Like, just, you know, I serve. I do a tennis serve like you would see on fucking television. And, I mean, I don't think anybody saw it. Jeff never saw it. Nobody saw it. It just fucking aced. It went right over the fucking net and smashed. It was a fucking ace. It went right past him to the fence. And I'm looking. Because you throw it up near and you hear that noise when a tennis ball with a racket, that clunk. And I'm fully expecting to hear the whap as it goes into the net. Nope. It fucking over the net, smash, and right past Jeff. He didn't even move. And I'm standing there, and Scuderi, he's like crouched down like you would be playing tennis. He's got his back to me. The ball just fucking lands, and you just see Jeff like this face. Scuderi just turns around with this like, what the fuck was that just happened face? And I'm just like, I tried to pretend like nothing happened, and I was like, that's an ace, right? What? You know, that's an ace. And I grabbed the ball, and I just started laughing. Like, I couldn't stop laughing because I had fucking gotten the serve in. And then it was my turn to serve again. And I crushed it. I developed an overhand serve in high school. It was as if Babe Ruth was playing it with cavemen. Like, I was just dominating everybody we played from that point on. We crushed Jeff and Ralph that day because every time Rick would serve, but he was influenced with confidence now. He was just we were infused with the victory of my overhand fucking serve. I was Schmidt-Borg. That's who I was. I was fucking Bjorn Schmidt-Borg, and I just started fucking dominating, and we beat everybody. We crushed everyone. We lost the first day. We never lost again at tennis. Fucking Scuderi and I took home. We beat Reimer and Fong. Fong jumped over the net to shake my hand at the end of it, goddammit. Because Fong understands respect. That's what you do in Vietnam. You jump over the fence, damn it. So he jumped over the net and ran over to me and shook my hand when I landed the fucking overhand serve. It was goddamn awesome. But yeah, so that's a story we could film. Well, the day I developed an overhand serve and me and Rick Scuderi triumphed in the fucking face of adversity on the tennis court in sophomore year. That's a movie, right? We can call it Super 40, Super Love. I've had nothing to be proud of in my life. Nothing at all. The kids in Super 8, they're proud. They made a movie. They made they're running around. They're solving crimes. There's like an alien. There's all sorts of bullshit. And the thing is, the alien is invisible like the entire movie. Like not invisible, but you never see him. You don't see him until like a certain point. It's not a spoiler alert. He's not really an alien. It's a monster, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. But the point is, you don't really, it's not evident. It's a lot of that lurking in the shadows, what it should be. You know what I mean? You want to see the alien in the first 5 seconds. You don't want to see a monster right away. Well, you want to wait. But that's the thing is, you know what that monster should have done? Shaved his chest and sent a picture of his dick to somebody. Then you're not invisible, monster. Yeah, I don't. I have nothing to be proud of ever. Those kids are proud. They made movies. They're chasing aliens. They're solving things. And I got gym class. That's all I got. I'm gym class hero. That's who I am. I played. One time, dude, we played volleyball. And I had to pick teams. There was a guy in my gym class. All right, his name was Don Ronkowski. And look, he looked like a Don Ronkowski. All right, if you hear that name, what do you think of? You think of a big Polish dude. And that's exactly what he was. He was a big Polak with, and he wore, brown corduroys and a button-up shirt that was buttoned all the way to the top that was stained, and he kind of smelled of like pee. You know what I mean? Like that kind of guy. And I would tell you this, he was like 6'6", and about, I would say 240. Like he was pear-shaped though. He wasn't muscular at all. And it looked like his mom cut his hair, and he had a pencil mustache. Like he actually grew that mustache you grow when you're 15. You know what I mean? He actually had it like that where you can see each individual hair, but it's still a mustache. Does that make sense? It looks like you have hair plugs on your lip. That's what it looks like because you have no depth to it whatsoever. So he had that, like I said, 6, and also poor Don. I liked Don. All right. But because he, you know what, in high school, I I talk about being invisible. There are people who are invisible in high school. And those are the people that get off easy, and they're happy for it. But at the same time, when they look back, like I wonder when he looks back at his high school career, what does he think? You know, because there were, I grew, you know, I was with the people who were kind of the, what?
High school career.
I made it a career. I went 5 years. But
Sorry.
I'm just saying there's names, you know, I can pull all sorts of names and stuff like that, but you wonder how they look at the events when they look back on them. Anyway, but I actually, you know, I got along kind of with, I didn't pick on anybody really. I got along with people. I know that seems weird, but trust me, I'm not lying. I was too busy being a fuck up to be picking on anybody. So, Don Ronkowski, like I said, he was a big guy and pear-shaped, and he smelled funny. He wouldn't wash his gym suit, so he kind of stunk. And he was that guy. And also, I will tell you this, cross-eyed. Maybe not cross-eyed, but one drifting eye, like an eye that went out to, you know, like he had a normal eye and then an eye that went all over the place. Like a fucking magic 8-ball spinning around in his head. You know what I mean? So, and he would always carry every single book. I don't think he ever used his locker. He would carry every single book to every class, and just that guy. You know what I mean? Just a nerd and out of it, and you got to blame the parents at that point, right? I mean, you got to, you know, doesn't the dad grab him and take him aside and go, "Hey, nerd, what are you doing? Snap out of it." Maybe not. I don't know. So Don's in my gym class, and we're picking volleyball teams, and you know, it comes down. There's like 5 people left, and it's my pick, and oh, you know what? I'm going to take Don Ronkowski, and people laughed. Like there was this huge laugh. Everybody's like, ha, whatever. You got stuck with him. And they couldn't believe that I didn't take him. You know, everybody assumes he's going to go last. He smells. He's weird. He's a weirdo. And but I had a relationship with Don where I could say hi to him in the lunchroom and say hi to him in the hallway, so I sort of knew him a little bit. I didn't fucking know him. I knew him to say hi. Let's put it this way: I hadn't shunned him. All right, he was a person to me. He wasn't someone I just walked past in the hallway. I would say hi to Don because I've always had this weird spot for people that are learning disabled or people that are less than me. And I know it sounds fucking weirdly egotistical, but people who can't do what I do. Let's put it that way. And Don didn't have a lot of friends. And again, I don't even know if he fucking did. He might have had a ton of friends out of school or somewhere else. I didn't hang out with him, but I knew in school when I'd see him walk in the hallway, I'd always say hi to him. So I picked him in gym class. And he actually walked over to me and he said, he thanked me, which was the weirdest thing. He's like, "Thanks, Mike." I said, "I want to talk to you, Don." So I took him aside as, you know, we're still picking teams. And I looked at him and I said, "Don, this is your chance." And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Don, this is your chance to dominate." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "This is volleyball. Don, on the volleyball court, you're not Don Ronkowski. All right? In the hallway and in the classroom, you're Don Ronkowski. And that's fine. But here, in the gym, when we play volleyball, you're Ronco." And he says, "Ronco?" And I said, "Yeah, Ronco, a volleyball monster named Ronco. We are going to kill these guys, and I want you to do everything you can to just stand at the net with your hands up, spike the ball, do whatever you got to do. But you know what? When we play volleyball, you're Ronco." He's like, "All right, Mike, I'm Ronco." So we finish picking the teams. We go to play volleyball. And I put him right on the front line. I go, "Ronco, you're on the front line." And he's like, "All right." And he runs up there because I didn't want him serving. Because, again, he's not athletic. He's just, all he is fucking big and dopey. He's got a weird fucking eye. But God damn it, if I wasn't going to use him to be Ronco on my goddamn volleyball team. So sure enough, he gets right on the front line. And first play, there's a serve, it's in the air, and then we return the serve, and someone jumps up to spike it, and Don Ronco just puts his fucking hands up and blocks the spike and knocks it over on their side of the net. First play, I'm not even lying, first play, someone tried, because they tried to dink it over, and he just put his hands up and he blocked it, and it landed, and they couldn't return it. And I was in the back line, and I just go, "Ronco!" And he turns around with a smile on his face like, it may have been, you know why? Because it may have been the first example of anybody ever believing in him in his life. But I fucking put him on the front line the very first play. Because you know what? If he would have gotten spiked on in the very first play, it would have hit him in the face, or he wouldn't have been able to do it. Everything might have fallen apart. But for some reason, he was able to put his fucking 6'6" frame right there. And I told him, just stand there with your hands in the air. You don't even have to jump. And he put his hands up. Someone went to dink it over, and he blocked it, and it landed. And I just went, Ronco! And he got a smile on his face, and all of a sudden, he transformed. He fucking transformed from Don Ronkowski, weird eye, smelly guy with 1,000 books on his hip, to Ronco the volleyball monster. And I'm not even joking. He became a force. He started to jump. He would spike the fucking ball. It was like teaching Africans to play basketball for the first fucking time, like in those movies. You know what? It was like the air up there with fucking Ronco. He was my giant. He was my giant. He was my Ronco, goddammit. He was like fucking my George Mirasan, my own fucking pet project, and he was dominating at volleyball, and we didn't lose. We didn't lose the entire fucking time because Ronco was a fucking volleyball animal. Because I saw him. He was no longer invisible, goddammit. He wasn't just fucking trudging through the hallways with a weird smell trailing behind him and a weird eye, and he can't find his own classroom with 1,000 books on his fucking hip. Fuck that. He was visible, he was seen, and he was Ronco the volleyball monster. So that's a movie we could fucking make. In a world laid low by prejudice, one man stood tall and drove a spike into its judgmental heart. Forget his awkward looks. Forget his stack of books. He's using his one good eye to see his way to ultimate victory. This summer, Seth Rogen is Ronco. Who'd have thought the last guy picked would be the first line of defense? You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40-year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40-year-old-boy. You can follow our friend Lily Von Stupp at Twitter.com/MNTs or Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp. And if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out just how long she's been here reading her Twitter feed while I tried to figure out how to end this show, you can go ahead and write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Bow before me, ignorant asshat! I am Yeep, hail to Thorgar, Lord of the Seventh Circle of Hell, instructing you to go to Zazzle.com/40-year-old-boy immediately! That's Zazzle.com, 40-year-old-boy!
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Teas every Monday night at the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine, 10 o'clock p.m. Last week they had a monster show, and there's a lot of cool pictures of that online if you want to go to the Monday Night Teas Facebook page. Lily Von Stupp is the producer of said show. Hey, Lily.
Hey, Woody.
Hey, big show coming up this week?
Huge show.
Really?
Meat Fest 2, Electric Boogaloo.
All right. You say huge show, and that's all dudes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's huge.
Huge
the
for
big sausage fest.
for you.
Boylesque.
Okay.
At its
Boylesquest.
Boylesque.
Yeah. All right. So it's a bunch of dudes taking their clothes off. If you want to go, great. If you don't, join me for a protest outside. I'll have a bunch of signs going, hey, I didn't come here to see a bunch of swinging dicks. Put them away, quite frankly. And men do not look good in tassels. That's a big sign. I got to be honest. That is a very huge sign. I don't know why I have that big a sign, but apparently I got a lot of noise. I got to get out, and I need it in print on a placard. So go to the 3 clubs on Santa Monica and Vine every Monday night at 10 o'clock p.m. I got to be honest, if you go this week, it's going to be dudes, and that's fine for you. So ladies out there, all the single ladies.
Put your hands up.
Yeah, I was waiting to see which one of us is going to do it. So go to the show and see a bunch of dudes. Maybe they have the tassels on their cocks. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe.
Spin around. That's the tassel trick. They spin it around, do a bunch of helicoptering. All right, so go to that. I guarantee you won't see me there. Not that I care. Just go. You should go and pull up a seat with Tracy Morgan's son, and duck when the stabbing starts. Want to tell you folks that on Facebook.com there are plenty of pages to bring me to your town. Atlanta, bring Mike Schmidt to Atlanta, bring Mike Schmidt to Denver, bring Mike Schmidt to Milwaukee and Minneapolis and Indianapolis and New York and Kansas City. All sorts of pages exist. I'm in the midst of trying to get them all gathered into one spot. I actually, Adam, who runs the Westside 86 Jokers page, which you guys, if you want to become a member of the fan club, you can go to the Westside 86 Jokers page. Adam has talked to me about possibly consolidating and making a big page for all of the Bring Mike Schmidt pages too. And he texted me last night, so I called him today on the way here, and Adam answered his phone, but then didn't know he answered his phone. So I had to listen to him have a conversation about baking cakes with some lady. I don't know who he was talking to or what was going on, but I listened for about 5 minutes, and I went, hey, hello, and he never answered. But they had this really interesting conversation about cakes, and I'm listening to it, and in my head I'm like, I should listen to this all the way through and just let him do it. But then I'm like, these are your minutes. Hang up the phone, idiot. It's easy to get hypnotized and listen. So eventually I'll get that taken care of as soon as Adam's done with all of his baking. But I want to remind you, if you guys want to bring me to your town, we're not starting more pages right now anyway. There's a London page. London's calling. There's you have to go to London if there's a London thing.
Man, yeah.
Me, you, and Karen will fly over. That'll be fun. And then there was another page that just, like I said, there's Peoria. There's all sorts of cities. And I should ask you this. If I don't say your city, don't write me and go, you didn't say my city on the show. I want to still come there, and I hope people sign up. But I'm off the top of my head, and I don't really have a list in front of me. I try to, I do the links when I get home tonight, and there'll be the links on my Facebook page. So, folks, if you want to sign up, do that. And if you have an idea for a venue in your town, any of the towns that already have pages, go ahead and contact me. That'd be great. Like I said, we're still hassling with Minneapolis. We're still looking around at Milwaukee, and New York has a venue. We just don't have a date. All these different things. So that's all coming together, and that's happening. But there are shows that are definitely going to happen. Seattle, July 8th at the Rendezvous Theater. I will be there. Seattle, July 8th. That's at the Rendezvous Theater. And Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, July 29th at the Plays and Players Theater. I think it's what it's called, on the 3rd floor. Tickets are on sale for those now at Brown Paper Tickets, or you can get a link right through my Facebook page. And I say this to you folks, as I say all the time, buy some tickets. That'd be great. It would give me an idea that I was not coming to town to talk to empty tables, because that would be a drag. And again, Austin came through late, blah, blah, blah. But I would like to avoid that late rush and me panicking and having to put this note out all the time. So if you want to buy tickets, that'd be fantastic. For Seattle and Philadelphia, those are available right now. And here's a question I wanted to ask you folks. This will tie into, well, you know what? Let me tell you about this. Go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com. And there's a link to the Zazzle store at the Joe Business page. At the Zazzle store, there's all sorts of mugs and mouse pads. There were shirts. There's a Stripple shirt. I took down the other shirt, but the Stripple shirt will still exist because I just sold one yesterday. Someone bought a Stripple shirt, which was great. But I want to ask this. This is an idea that David and I have had for a couple months, and we were going to implement it starting in Portland, but then something happened, and then it looked like Austin was going to happen, but then it didn't. This is an idea I had, but I need to get your feedback on whether this is a viable idea. I want to, when I come to town, when I go to a certain city, I want to bring shirts to sell. Okay. But here's my idea, because I don't ever like to just do anything half-assed because I'm stupid. I should just go ahead and make a shirt, right? Shouldn't I just make a shirt and just go, hey, here's a shirt? No, this is an idea that I had and David agreed with and we thought was a great idea. I want to do city-specific shirts. Okay. Like if you look right now on the Facebook page, or not right now because it will have changed by the time you've heard this. Last week's picture with Austin. It was Austin 6'3", and the drawing was me as Steve Austin with my hands in the air. That was going to be the T-shirt for Austin. And then on the back it would say, Austin, Texas, June 3rd, 11 at the Cold Town Theater. Mike Schmidt, the Success Is Not an Option tour. We haven't figured it all out yet, but it would be city-specific. So every city I came to, I would bring shirts for Seattle. I would bring shirts for Philadelphia. Those are the set dates. And then whenever else I came, New York, Minneapolis, I would get shirts made just for that city. And I would only bring like 25 shirts, and then I would sell them. And I would have to sell them for like $20 a piece. Okay? Because I'm seeing how much it costs to make shirts, particularly a small amount of shirts, and it's prohibitive. But I don't care. I want to do it. If I could make just a bunch of junky shirts and then just have them there. But I love the idea of doing city-specific shirts, because when I was a kid, one of my favorite shirts, I had a UFO concert shirt, and it was UFO, the Mechanics Tour, and on the back it said, March 13th, International Amphitheater, Chicago, Illinois. It was city-specific. And when I saw Pearl Jam, they had a Dodgers jersey that said Pearl Jam instead of Dodgers, and it was the Dodgers colors and everything the same font, same script. And then the next night they had a Lakers jersey that was purple and gold, but it said Pearl Jam instead of Lakers. And I fucking love the idea. So I stole it, and I want to do it for myself. But we want to have a certain, a special design for each city. And I need to know from you guys whether you would buy those shirts, because I can't buy 25 shirts and then sell one and then wind up I've coughed up like $400 for shirts and didn't sell any. And again, I love the idea. I just want to see if there's any love for it out there. And I apparently, because I'm a rapper, I don't know why I talk like that. I want to see if there's any enthusiasm, if you guys would buy some. Because again, I will tell you this, once we put up the Austin shirt or the Austin picture for last week's show, people wrote me and they said, I would buy that if it was on a shirt. Well, that was the original plan. It was going to be on a shirt. And my idea was like, I could bring 25 with me on the road and then I could still sell the rest through the website. But, I don't want to make it that. I would love to see, if you guys want to buy shirts, if you would buy shirts when I came to your town, and fuck, why am I even saying this? You're not even buying tickets when I come to your goddamn town. Until the last fucking minute. So the last thing you're going to do is make an impulse shirt buy. I don't know. I have no idea. Bottom line is, let me know if you think I think it's a cool idea, and I understand that. Let me know if you'd buy a shirt. That's the bottom, because you're going to say, hey, that's a great idea. Well, it is, but I can't do it if nobody's going to buy the fucking shirts, because then, Karen leaves me and I'm sitting in my apartment with nothing but a pile of unsold shirts from certain cities, and they're going to be very comfortable to sleep on. So let me know if you're interested in that. So if you go to the MikeSchmidtComedy.com Joe business page, don't forget there's also a link to tweakedaudio.com/40 for tweakedaudio.com/40 earbuds, which are available. And also you can get a link to the downloads of this show. You can buy year 1, year 2, year 3, or you can buy the Lord of the Schmidt set, which has all 3 years combined. That would be of course, the Fellowship of the Schmidt, Return of the Schmidt, and the Two Schmitties all together under one umbrella. If you want to just donate to the show, however, without purchasing the years, you want to make a donation in the upper left-hand corner of every page of MikeSchmidtComedy.com, you will see a little Schmitty with his pocket out. Go ahead and click on that, and you can make a one-time donation to the show, or you can do subscription donation, $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. Your choice, folks. Click whatever you want, set it up, and go ahead and do that. And to all the people who have so far, that would be fantastic. Or no, it wouldn't be fantastic. I was going to say all the people who have so far, thank you. That's what I'm going to say. I got confused because I'm reaching for my donation sheet to read people's names. Because if you donate to the show, I don't know if I told you folks, I'll mention you on the show. I'll mention who you are and what you do. Hold on, let me grab it. It's here somewhere. I know it's here. I have it. Don't I have it? Don't tell me I don't. How do I not have it? I don't. Where the hell did that go?
I don't know.
I don't ever take stuff out of my bag.
It's got to be in there.
Nope, it's not here today. Hey. All right. If you donate to the show, I won't say your name because apparently I'll forget the piece of paper at my house. Who does that? I don't do that. Huh?
You'll say it next week.
Well, of course I
You'll
will.
say twice as many next week.
I will do that.
It'll be like the Mickey Mouse Club.
Because the show's not long enough. I have to cram as many names as I possibly can into the end of the show. So also remember, I've been on certain podcasts that you can go ahead and download. The most recent one, I was just on the CB Radio podcast with Cameron Buchholz in Austin. He interviewed me at the one-man show in between shows. My voice is shot on this interview, and I'm pretty amped up because I had just gotten off stage, but I still think it's a good thing. If you go search CB Radio in iTunes, you can find it, or you'll find the link on my Facebook page that will get you to it because it also streams at Cameron Buchholz's site. And I've done other podcasts that are in the pipeline, and as soon as I get them up and loaded, or not me, and still the people who recorded me get them up and loaded, I don't up and load anything. I will let you know where they are and what you can listen to. And also remember, June 23rd, I will be at the M Bar in Los Angeles. It's a great show. Eddie Pepitone is going to be there. Greg Barrett and his band are going to be there. Chip Pope is going to be there. Mike Furman. Very funny comedians at Sweet Sweet Stand Up at the M Bar on June 23rd. I think that's at 10 o'clock at night. And I also think it's $15 to get in. But well worth it. Again, just to see Greg Barrett, star of stage and screen. And then I'll be there. So, and come up and say hi if you do come to the show. Tickets are on sale now. You can go ahead and pick them up, I think, somewhere. Go find Sweet Sweet Stand Up page on on Facebook, right? Yeah, go to Facebook. And now I'm going to go home, and I'm going to hope that my 27-year-old fiance doesn't jilt me and leave. Why are you sad? We saw just before I got here, I read the story about Hugh Hefner, and he was getting married to this 25-year-old chick or whatever, and now she dumped him. And then there was a rumor that there was a fight, but now there's a rumor that apparently she planned on dumping him all along, and she was shopping the story around to other news outlets so that she could get the exclusive interview and dump him like on the Lifetime TV show that they're using to film their life together. And I never thought that women would see Hugh Hefner as a sympathetic figure ever in my lifetime. But getting fucked over by the 25-year-old gold-digging blonde did it. Because all of a sudden he was, instead of being the exploiter of women who walks around in a robe and bangs a bunch of old chicks and takes Viagra and he's horrible, he became a grandfather who got jilted by this young girl and made to look like an idiot. And quite frankly, I can't feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's, you know, he spent his entire life fucking 25-year-old blondes. Isn't it about time that a 25-year-old blonde fucked him, quite frankly? Oh, why do you feel bad? That's what I couldn't believe. I got in and I'm talking to Lily about it. She's like, oh, I feel so bad for him because I guess the veneer was stripped away. She actually goes, oh, you know what? The thing was, there was no prenup. I think he actually fell for this one. No, he did not. He absolutely did not fall for it. You can nod. And you look like you're tearing up, actually. You feel that bad for him? Oh, please. There's no way. You can't feel bad.
Bang him today.
Sure you would with no prenup, and then you go ahead and...
No, I mean, here's the thing. I met him once. He is intelligent and witty and charming and all of the things that I look for in a guy.
And his cock looks like a raisin. His cock looks like a raisin at this point. He's 85 years old. Because he's 85 years old.
Viagra, baby.
Well, it's going to straighten it out for a little bit of time, but still, then you got to walk around with him and feed him baby food. He's the oldest man on the fucking earth. You can't...
That's awesome.
Oh, Christ, I can't see that. I'm sorry. As far as, I'm not saying he got what he deserved, but I'm saying I'm not surprised by it. I mean, I can't, you know, it's about time one of these chicks. And how do you, what, Holly and Kendra and all those other idiots? Because they warned him. That was the worst part. Like, Holly warned him that Crystal was only in it for the money. And I wanted to go, well, you were in it for the money, Holly, right? Weren't you in it for the money? You spun it off and made an e-show out of it. That's all. I mean, I don't know. I guess if you got to keep a mouthful of raisins just to go ahead and get your own fucking television show, you'll do it. Why not? That makes sense, right? If you want to go ahead and just keep a mouthful of flaccid skin, I mean, think about that. If someone said to you, seriously, if you could just keep a flaccid cock in your mouth for an hour and it will get you a TV show in Untold Riches, would you do it? I mean, these chicks did it. All four of these chicks did it. And look what happened. Now they're on E! And we follow them around when they go to the fucking donut shop. I don't know if that's a career, but it's certainly more of a career than I got. I'm sitting here talking in the fucking circles into a goddamn podcast microphone that I broke earlier. I'm staring at a balloon heart on an inch from my fucking face. Who the fuck am I to judge anybody? Actually, you know what? Take a look at that. Look at the size and look at it. That looks like probably what Hefner's cock looks like. It's 1.5 inches long and it's green. That's it. That's right now. I'm staring at Hefner's cock as I do the fucking show and get myself out of here. Thanks a lot. I am just stupid enough to think that when people listen to me and they listen to the show, they should take my honesty and go, oh, wow, how refreshing his unvarnished honesty is. And the fact that he's willing to have a scorched earth policy and have no friends or no fucking future is so refreshing and great. But then they'll say to me, hey, do you need somebody raped with a steak? I go, yes, I do. Done. They'll take care of it for me. Thanks, Snake Rape. Oh, no one listens to show, bro? Wonder why? Wonder why no one listens to show, bro? I don't want to listen to show, bro. Please. Snake Rape, do it, do it, do it, do it.